And welcome everybody to the Fandom Zone. It is I, General Zod, and here tonight for you guys, the Great Shilling, or it could be the death of the Great Shilling, because I'm losing my top sight of shills. Tonight we are going to cover Collider. Now, I know I'm late to this party, but this kind of broke that weird holiday break thing, and women. So I had I have more important things to worry about. But I wanted to cover this because this is a pretty big thing. Um, whether you like or hate this particular channel, I think some things should be highlighted.
It's definitely a huge thing, especially
Oh,
if you're in this space. Like it's definitely a big thing.
so let's see who we got so far. We got the normal, awesome. Everybody, make sure you pay respect to the greatest mob. I'm convinced here in the YouTube verse, Tommy. Tommy does a great job. I don't know how he always manages to get every one of my streams, but we love you, Tommy. And Fights the Zombie is here. Welcome, buddy. I never say your first name because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up. And General Assad has pronunciation problems. So, but I love you, buddy. Thank you, Ola, and I appreciate you coming by, mi amigo, for a great show tonight. We're just gonna dive into all of this stuff, and really, Perp, I think this is a bigger question of there's that whole saying, and I hate using it, but it seems to be true, of getting woke and going broke.
I hate that term. That term is so retarded.
And of course,
It's
we've
not a
got the
term,
co-host.
it's a phrase.
You are 2 minutes late, sir. You can't say nothing to me.
To say whatever I want. It's America.
Here in the
What's up?
continent of Kryptonia. No. I had a good one. Okay, people. All right, give me a little bit into the night. My coffee is kicking, and I'll come up with good shit. So, PB, we are
Well,
here to
that'll be
talk
a
about.
first.
We're here to talk about what may be the death of the Great Shilling because we are losing. I mean,
Michael K.
today's.
died.
Oh, that's true. We still have Michael K. But there's a difference. See, people when they came to the Shilling, they thought we were making fun of Michael K. Oh no, no, no. We here in the Fandom Zone love Michael K. Michael K is a national treasure, and God bless him. God bless him for everything that he is. No, we're talking about the fuckers that made the dragons on the wall. You remember those days, PB? Fucking
Yeah,
dragon
there's
on the
only
wall.
one dragon left.
There was one. There was one, and they called it fucking dragon on the wall for the whole entire run. They didn't even correct it, and I'm not good with punctuation, spelling, and or reading, but I still knew that that was a misnomer, and it bugged the shit out of me going forward. But let's talk about the serious part of this first, because everyone, when you go down these roads of
Whoa, whoa,
uh,
whoa. We're going to talk about Collider, and there's a serious part. I don't see how that's a real thing.
there is a serious part. There is a serious part, and the serious part is I know someone somewhere will go, "Oh, this is bullying, blah blah blah. I can't take a joke." But look, these people have made assholes out of themselves for what, a couple years now. So I don't feel bad for calling them out on their bullshit. But the people I do feel bad for, the people I feel like this affected, was those poor people who are hired on the staff. The staff that's uh, goes to work and does the camera, and the guy who operates
Oh,
the
the
1K,
editor.
the editors, the directors, the bagel guys. I want to get that out there right now. The bagel community.
They
They are
don't have a bagel guy. They send one of the people who works there just to get the bagels at Dunkin' Donuts.
well, I'm going to respect that guy too. Because, anyone who delivers the bagel, you're all right by me. I'm not going to get caught up on that again. But no, I mean, the serious part to this is, look, I feel bad for the people who lost their jobs in this situation. I feel bad that really a landmark in YouTube verse has gotten to a point where they canceled it. I mean, out of everything that Collider owns, those big properties there, they chose to just axe. It's a really strange move, really weird. I've been reading all the articles and catching up on this, so I'm going to get y'all's takes and we're going to talk about it. And then we're also going to talk about how I almost resubscribed to John Campia after he went off on one of those little.
Oh my God. Everybody's talking about this rant. The only reason I saw most of the rant was because I watched LB's video of it.
I
Yeah,
did too.
I watched the full I watched his video and then I watched the full video. And he definitely was going off. That was definitely entertaining.
I mean, I guess it's funny to see a little angry white man.
No, the funny part is you never see John Campia get mad about anything, even when he doesn't like a movie. Okay, the man hates what movie? What movie is he always talking? Or no, he hates Agents of Shield or something like that. Like if you talk about Agents of
I don't
Shield,
know what he hates. I don't
yeah,
watch any of his stuff ever.
he hates Agents of Shield apparently. Okay,
Okay,
so
what a
the only
weirdo.
time, yeah, I don't understand either. But the only time I've ever seen him get a little emotion was talking about that show. Any other time, this motherfucker is down the this guy is the definition of not taking sides of any kind of debate. What up, Trey Courtney? Good to see you. And it is hilarious that he went off swearing. I don't even think when we've done the Great Shilling, I've never heard this man swear
Well,
before.
I mean, yeah, he swore, but then they bleep it because he's got to get paid.
Hey, hustle's hustle. I can't knock him. He killed two birds with
I
one stone.
guess.
He got money
I think
and he
that's
got his feelings out.
I think that was edited because if you watch it on his channel, it's not censored. Like he's like he
Oh,
calls people.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
okay.
So and I wanted to talk about all of this. So first, let's talk about the statement that Collider put out. They were talking about they were ending these great shows, and when I'm reading it, it feels like something you say when you're breaking up with them.
Oh man, that
I know
coffee
what you're
must
gonna
have got
say.
it. You said you said that Collider had great shows.
Come on. I'm trying to pull a John Campia here. I'm trying to be down the middle. But when I'm looking at the statement, right? So let's just say flagship shows. Okay, these shows have been around for years. That one could say a lot of them were a benchmark or for the talks that would come later. And now, when you read this letter, one, it sounds like you ever go out with a girl and you want to let her down easy, so you give her the whole "it's not you, it's me" speech, or "this
You
isn't
give
Or
her
working
the
out
whole
because of
bathroom,
me."
I'll be right back, and
or
then you just don't
or
come back.
or tell her, oh, I'm not paying for this. So
But no, you break up with her and then you just walk out. In her emotional distress, she will naturally pay for the meal because she doesn't want to be rude.
Oh my
So,
God.
I mean, not. I'm not saying I've ever done this. I'm just saying, Anyways,
Sure.
fun facts for the night. So, you're gonna break up with someone. Make sure you get a good meal in. Make sure you wait for the check to come. Don't say that shit before the check comes.
make sure
Right
you
as
hit
the
it
check.
first and then break up with
Oh my God.
her.
The virtue is strong tonight. I love it.
So, this letter sounded very disingenuous. It sounded very corporate. And could you picture, like, I'm trying to picture how this went down because they had a holiday special, right? They had some stuff they did during the holidays So what was everyone at home having
Did
their
they
Christmas
speak
dinner?
Wookiee in their holiday special?
And, I'm sure after they got that Harlofted, that motherfucker was probably. I would have loved to see a tape reaction of him getting that news because he went off without having Galaxy's Edge tickets. Could you imagine getting that phone call like, yeah, so we're gonna have to let you and everyone on your
I don't know.
staff
I
go.
think some of those people will probably be okay the same way that Campia is okay. They'll be able to go out and do their own thing, keep doing what they were doing before. If they're as popular and as charismatic as they believe they are, they'll continue to draw enough people to do what they want to do on the internet, talking about Star Wars and pop culture stuff like that. But
And look at it
if they
this way.
suck at it, then they'll be gone.
And look at it this way, yeah, it sucks that they lost their jobs and stuff, but hey, this is a win for creators because now I don't know who is going to be in charge of like giving press passes to these people and stuff. I think just, when you go see a movie, you don't got to worry about, as far as we know right now, you don't got to worry about them seeing a Collider review first. I don't know if they're going to still do that, but that kind of opens the doors for other people
So
because now there's that gap that because there's a lot of people that watch Collider daily and stuff and
Well, that just gives Zod more time to watch Grace Randolph.
oh, thank God, yes. Me and Grace had put this plan together a long time. Not saying my evil plans are coming, but uh IGN, if you're listening, you fuckers are next. You cocksuckers are next. I hope you fucking go down in flames with your little fucking fuck boys over there talking about how fucking Red Dead Redemption is too violent and sexist. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's a great game. I hope your mother gets cancer and dies. Fuck all of you pricks over there. Sorry.
that's
I
extreme.
I hate uh IGN. It used to be a place to go for games, but here's my point. This is the point, and I think Collider is a very good cautionary tale. They and LB brought this up in a video, and a lot of people have brought this up, but they have started down this path of not getting objective opinions. And when you don't have clashing opposition, when you don't have a battle of words or a good back and forth, people get fucking bored. Those shows were getting fucking boring. That's why their censorship went down because they wanted to get they had a fucking they had a gay person. They had Helga, PB's favorite person in the world. I have no clue why. They had they had the Asian dude. They had the guy who
Wait,
looked
she
like
was a
he
Collider
was
person?
alive.
I thought she was an IGN person.
Ah, they bleed together. She was probably
I
going through.
don't remember.
It bleeds together, but yes, I'm pretty sure she was Collider. We've done a lot of showings though, so she could have been one of them. But what I'm saying is, they they had such a big diversity play. They cared about making sure the round table was ran by the appropriate people, and the talk was fucking boring. That's why it was more fun watching me make fun of them. And this is what happens when you don't have a diverse opinion on your panel. It
and,
fucking sucks.
and also like to add on to that, you get people on there that they're strong, their knowledge is strong with television but not movies, and you try to put them in front of a camera for like movie topics and stuff and they're not well knowledgeable about that, vice versa, and it's just like it's very unbalanced, and it was a mess. It's just like, and it's
Yeah,
just
it's
like you
like
they were
asking
they were
Zod
like
about stuff.
Yes, that's why I have you. It's called balance.
That's right.
That's why, people, I have a balanced panel. When I come out and I say something ridiculous, you're always going to hear PB or Perp or now Bitchy Unicorn uh, call me out on shit. But I do that on purpose because guess what? I know it's hard to believe here on my channel. I'm not always right about stuff. I get facts wrong. It happens. I know. I know, people. I know you're shocked. It's okay. I've had to come to this realization, but
Wait,
I do mess up.
there's a point that. At what point were you right about something?
I don't know. It's somewhere.
Like,
Come on, I've got hours of content. I
wait,
gotta
that
be right.
happened?
No, it happened somewhere.
I wouldn't be so sure. Don't be
But
counting those chickens before they hatch.
but I mean, it's just like it's trying to get diversity for the sake of diversity, and that's what their panels ran to, and they were pulling people. And I mean, this has nothing to do with Collider, but I brought up the entertainment debacle where they were talking about The Witcher, and the guy said he skipped 4 episodes,
How do you skip
but the
4
show sucked.
episodes?
Yeah, he said, "Oh, I didn't watch 4 episodes, but it sucks." And like, what the fuck are you doing on a review panel then, buddy? It like you literally missed like a good majority of plot points, and then you try to say at the back end, "Oh yeah, that show was terrible. It was the worst show I have ever watched." And these are quote unquote certified professionals. And if I'm not mistaken, a couple of people on Collider are considered certified reviewers.
How do you become a
What the
certified
fuck does
reviewer?
that mean, certified?
Like they
So
got
Like
they
they
got like a
went to Walmart
certificate.
and
Like
got certified? Did they
was
get
it a
their certificate in the
DMV?
clearance aisle?
I want one.
it's like for instance, and Jeremy Johns has mentioned this on his channel, and he even said he doesn't even
Oh
know how
my
the hell it
god.
happened. Yes, I'm going with Jeremy Johns. Fuck you, PB. I love Jeremy Johns. Anyways, so he was
Yeah,
saying that
'cause I
Rotten
think you
Tomatoes after
love
a
him more
while.
than corn.
I will not
You
answer
can
on the
plead
grounds
the
of if she's
fifth.
watching. I will plead the fifth. So I was watching it. He said after a while, and when you get a certain notoriety on YouTube, Rotten Tomatoes certifies those people as top critics. So you become part of the critics portion of their review. Grace Randolph is in there, all of the big YouTubers, right? I think even Campia is in there too. So you do get certified, but it's like who determines when you get certified? How does this happen? Do you have to have a certain amount of subs? I
You
imagine you have
gotta
to be
get the
monetized, but at what
barcode tattooed on the back of your head.
point? Oh yes,
That's what
geekicidal
Terrence told me.
tendencies. Geekicidal tendencies. I do agree. Fuck Woka. We don't call him Roka. Woka. Woka was the biggest fucking virtue signaling piece of shit I ever
He's a
seen.
goofy one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's
these were
putting it
people. Remember, they were
mildly.
talking about Game of. Remember, we were doing the review on Game of Thrones. He has an Asian reviewer, and he talks about he equates having dragons to fucking World War II and the bombing of Pearl or the bombing of Hiroshima. And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like,
You know that guy's
I
Japanese,
can't.
right?
And this guy's
Right.
looking
I'm
like,
like,
"Oh,
bro, that was all. He did that shit on purpose. He's like, that's Asian, so I'm gonna use this. Hopefully, he gets to get mad.
that guy
Never see
looked
him
like
again.
that guy every week on the panel." He's the only Asian. I actually liked him because he brought up good points. Me and PB both agree. Like, he was the only person who brought up points we were thinking about. And every time he made a good point, the rest of the panel would quickly hush him and like throw in something stupid. But Daenerys! And it's just like, that was the shit that was going on with their panels. This is why people were not tuning in, because of the fact that these motherfuckers have no balance. And when you had someone with an objective opinion who tried to say something different, they're immediately hushed, or someone talks over them. or the fucking leader of the panel just fucking shuts him down. It was so noticeable. So, hello, I know there's some new faces in here. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Here in the Phantom Zone, we're talking about the death of Collider, some of the
No,
issues,
what
some of the
new
problems.
face? Who's the new face?
You, PB, you know, I can't say that.
Whose name?
Oh fuck! Oh man, this guy and his
Tala.
reading of names, Talal Al Maki.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Halal Almaki. We
See, this is
appreciate
why PB's
having you
here. He's
here.
very cultured.
This
Yeah,
is why we have
yeah.
don't let don't let his ginger hair fool you. He is a man traveling.
How ironic, right? A white man that's cultured. The world we live in.
So welcome everyone. We're talking about Collider and what this means. And you know, seriously, guys, on a serious note, I mean, this really is a major blow as far as big channels go. I mean, this is this is a big deal because you know, those shows started. I mean, I used to back in the day. I used to watch movie talks and all that stuff. You know,
Yeah,
before.
back when it was AMC Movie Talk, that's when it was lit.
Yep.
Once it changed to Collider, I was like, this is weird.
I
I
mean,
don't like the green.
even then though they still had at least
Yeah,
some balanced talking points, and
but
then it was Last Jedi. Once Last Jedi came out,
no.
everybody was.
It was really it really started. You started to see the cracks starting to show once John left. Once John left, that's when things started to slowly crumble.
And I mean, let's be real. Whether you like or hate him, personally, he made me hate Aquaman, and I originally liked it.
Jesus.
I
I
used to
love
like
Aquaman.
Aquaman, and then I listened to John Campia's review, and he actually, instead of swaying me to like it even more, he made me want to hate the movie and punch him because of his review.
Why?
I don't want to
He
even
was
get
just
into
telling you about the emotional
emotional
weight
weight.
of the man of water.
Every word in the dictionary, John. Every word you could use. I don't equate Aquaman with emotional weight. Don't do it. A lot of things have emotional weight. Mufasa's death had emotional weight, not Aquaman.
You know, at the
Aquaman.
Golden Globes, they had the Lion King under animated movies. Fucking bullshit. They were
Yeah,
calling it live action.
Aquaman was
Assholes.
wavy. Aquaman was
don't
very
worry.
wavy.
We're gonna get into the Golden Globes tonight too because I gotta
Oh.
talk about
What's that
my
got to do
brain.
with Collider?
You know, I'm just gonna tie it into this whole theme of
I doubt it, but we'll try.
what we're gonna. That's what we do here. We just stitch things together and see where they fall. But
Holy shit.
but no, I mean, Collider has been unbalanced. I mean, I watched a review of theirs on Joker, and two of the reviewers liked it, and then the other ones said that it was going to cause social anarchy. And I'm looking outside my window. I don't see trash cans on fire. No one trying to loot my house. Of course, I can't find the shit.
Yet.
I don't see birds
Yeah, I don't
eating
understand it. I can understand when people would say like that. I've been hearing some people they don't really like the Joker movie. Some people say it's mediocre. You know, that's their opinion, obviously. Um,
Yeah, well, LB is wrong.
yeah, LB is wrong. And that, but you know, yeah, I don't know.
And Trey, I agree with you to a point. I am happy that the top echelon people in Collider lost their jobs, the ones who are super fucking woke and
Yeah,
who
but what about poor Roxy?
I love
but
Roxy.
Roxy.
Roxy has a lot of hate. People do not like Roxy at all.
And Curtis, I agree. That is the problem. Look right here. I'm going to highlight Curtis. He says, go ahead and read that. You do it better, PB. You got the radio voice.
Which, oh gosh. I mean, kind of. I'm a little nasally because I'm either at the beginning or the end of a cold, depending on how long it wants to hang on. Look harder. Make it up if you have to. If it has to fit the narrative. Oh, it has to fit the narrative. Fuck.
And that's, see, this is the problem, is that Collider started to fold to the media pressure for the press passes, for the access, to rub elbows with the big wigs, to say that they're it, and they lost perspective on giving an honest opinion on being creative. And I think that's where a lot of, these hits come from. And so it brings me to my question here for you guys. What do you think? I don't, the company's not going under, okay? So anyone who thinks that, that's just foolishness. But what do you think this means for them going forward on YouTube? What are your guys' thoughts? What do you think they're going
That
to do?
it's just gonna be just another channel on YouTube, because the same thing, because Collider, they're under Complex, and Complex, to quote Joe Budden, there's just a bunch of fuckity fuck motherfuckers that work there. It's just a bunch of like hipsters and stuff, and it's just they're all going in.
Ooh,
And they
hipsters.
all it seems like they want Collider to look more like Complex. Like if you go on their channel and stuff, and you see what content they produce there, it's pretty much the same thing. Like with the comic book shopping, that's the same thing as like the sneakerhead shit, whatever they got on Complex, and seems like they're just trying to go for that, which is gonna be an epic fail because nobody wants to watch none of that bullshit. So
Yep. What about you, PB? What do you think they're going to go forward with? What are they going to do now that they're getting rid of their
What do you mean?
shows?
They told us what they're gonna do going forward. They had it in their press release. I don't remember exactly what it said. I know they're doing like what it
here's the
said
better.
in the chat, more of the deep fake bullshit. Like
Yeah,
I
so
thought that was just going to be a one-off or a very occasional thing. I don't know how you're going to have constant deep fake stuff for every movie that comes out. Like that's
here's
going
the
to get old real fast.
that would have been a better question. How you feel about the future of Collider and the shows that they've chose to keep, and but you already gave your opinion on that.
I mean, for how much that I watched them before, the only time I ever watched them was when we ever did a shilling of them. I never went out of my way to watch anything from Collider because they didn't make anything that interested me. It's a bunch of people sitting around a table jerking each other off underneath the camera angles.
Playing trailers on a fucking TV.
No shit. Like you're on the internet. Everybody you've ever seen do any kind of fucking reaction video, you know how they do it, and you play it on a fucking TV on the other side of the fucking room. Maybe, just maybe, instead of revamping their entire channel, they should have looked at how they were producing the shows that they were making and just, I don't know, reformatted how they were produced. Because it's the small stuff like that, the quality that goes into the show that will keep people coming around. Because that entire freaking thing, they're talking about it for like 20 to 25 minutes because they didn't know exactly when halftime of the football game was going to start. So they started their show and they're bullshitting for a while, which everybody was doing. I mean, there was probably 5 or 6 people in my subscription list that went live because we all knew that's when the trailer was coming out at halftime. So they're like, screw it, we'll just do a live reaction instead of just doing a reaction video. It's easier that way, especially when you're a big channel. So that's what they did. Except they did it the worst of anybody I ever fucking seen, and they got a channel that has over 500,000 subs. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, it's shit like that. I mean, there was a lot of things that we caught doing a shilling, and we're not talking about the necessarily the bullshit that came out of their mouth,
I
but the
mean,
weird camera
no,
angles.
I will never stop talking about the bullshit that come out of their mouth. We got people in the chat here calling me beta male. I don't know what that means. What? What? Yes,
I'm
you
like,
do. Don't be a fucking douche.
I'm like, did you go to college? Did you finish grade school?
Like, if you okay, and if you don't know what it means, why the fuck did you bring it up, you idiot?
Right. He
Like,
know what that means. He was trying to be
like, what are
smart.
you doing? Like,
He
that's
failed.
not how you produce the show. That's not what you do. You're antagonizing the people who are going to be there to roast you regardless. Once you get that big of an audience, there's always going to be people showing up to fucking roast you. You just got to deal with that shit. But
I,
typically, the majority of your audience is there because they genuinely want to hear what you and your panel or your guests or whoever is on whichever show you're watching want to say or have to say or whatever.
Yeah, and I am a prime example of this. I have had people say all sorts of shit to me, whether it be from the panel or the chat. But the thing is that how you conduct yourself is going to be whether or not the people are going to come back. See, when they can have fun like that, or when you can take it in stride, people like that shit. What they don't like is being insulted by a motherfucker you subscribe to. You are by watching them. It's ridiculous. You are giving them your time and they are getting money for you watching their channel at that point, right? They're monetized. There's the fucking ads. They're making money off of you. And PB, we saw those super chats. Their fucking super chats just for that bullshit on halftime was ridiculous, man. There was 50, 10, I mean, all sorts of fucking chats just lining up, right? These are people paying you fucking money. The least you fucking arrogant cocksuckers can do is to be gracious and understanding. You're gonna get hate, then let them hate. You're still making money, and they'll be back because they love hating you. So why are you sitting there, throwing a fit about it? Roll with it. But I guess when you become professional, they forget how to do that. I don't know.
No, they're not professional. They're certified.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Certified. When you get certified fresh, certified on the shilling tomatoes, you've made it. You're the fucking top of the world. You're in there with the rest of the other elitist assholes from the
I want to
LA
Google this.
Times.
Like, how do I get a review certification? And does it come in a form of a plaque
Like, but
or certificate?
like to review what though? Like, are you reviewing tomatoes?
You're reviewing
Like, that's a
these are
whole different
I think
certificate.
I think it's just the like it's the who you know. It's they don't base their hiring procedures whatever
Well, I don't
based
know
on
a fucking thing then.
yeah. No, but like it's definitely a lot of like I don't understand if you were gonna get rid of all these shows and get rid of all these people, you should have done the smart thing would have been all right, we're gonna hire all new talent, but these people are going to actually be knowledgeable. Like you could possibly see other small like people that were on YouTube now get hired to work for Collider and stuff, and but it seems like they're just
Is that not what they did?
At first, yeah, that's what they did, but it's just like,
No, I
hey, we
mean,
could.
where did this guy who does the impressions for the deep fakes, where the hell did he come from?
I have no idea.
Like, did he come from someplace else on YouTube and he's like, move it up in the world or some shit? Because then it would be similar to what you're describing.
But that's what I figured they would do. It's just like, all right, we're gonna kill these channels off because they're connected to these people. We're gonna just start off fresh, do the same thing, but start fresh, get some fresh faces. We don't gotta pay them that as much anymore now, so that we have the budget, a little extra.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
Instead of totally
welcome, Echo Base.
revamp their channel.
And welcome, Echo Base Network. Good to have you here. We are talking
Echo.
Base,
PB loves
Base
when you
network.
base, network.
But yeah, we're talking about Collider and the tobacco over there. But yeah, I mean, it's and so let's swing around here to the Campia thing. We've all seen the video, we've all watched it. Like, this dude from Collider goes and runs his mouth about the OGs. Now, this
About
is
the
the
fart
new
jokes?
Correction.
Yep.
Okay, so just to be clear, this is the number 2 guy at Collider. As John stated it, he's the number
This
2
is the
guy.
shit guy?
Yep. So this guy isn't even number 1, right? This is the number 2
No, he's
guy.
number 2. He's a shit.
Like if you were in Star Trek, he's number 2. He's the guy who gets to sit next to the captain. He gets to almost dream about getting a seat, but he ain't never gonna get it. And
Who
this
does
guy,
who work for?
Dude, Riker gets his own ship eventually. Don't say stuff like that. You sound ridiculous.
that's my job. You know, but anyways, they go and he goes and he runs his mouth, and it's like, you know what? I'm not a big fan of the Collider regime. I'm just gonna call it here. But there should be a certain amount of respect for people who laid the groundwork for anything, right? There was time, there was effort. These people set up this platform for you to go and run your fucking mouth and to sit there and be a little shit and say that after these people lost their jobs and they have to go and do something else. And we know the big people who are on the channel, they'll be fine. They'll start their own little channels and do whatever. But the other people who was working underneath them, they're all done. And this fucking prick's gonna come out and run his mouth and say stuff about people who laid the groundwork. So you have a fucking job. So you can sit there and claim to be number 2. I don't blame John at all.
Wait, we're supposed to blame John about something?
Mm-mm.
Like, we're supposed to blame him for being angry that he also left there?
No, I'm saying, I don't blame him. And, I'd be curious now seeing the way that Collider
You're
went.
bi-curious?
No.
Oh,
No,
I
God
misheard you. Sorry.
What's up, Grim? Good to see you. Hello, everybody. We got 9 people watching. Good to have you all
Hello,
here.
Mr. Monolith.
Hey, the good thing about Collider going under is, our viewership is going up. So yay, IGN.
I mean, not
IGN.
tonight, but everybody share the stream with your friends. Let them know that we're talking about ridiculous fuckers on Collider.
And IGN, if you can hear me, I know you can. I know you can hear Zod. Fuck
They
you.
don't hear
Fuck
you.
Come at me. Come at me. I want to go to war. I'm in my Joker paint. I'm ready to go. Fuck off.
Hilarious.
I hate all of you.
He's probably actually wearing the Joker paint at home, too.
Right. Where's it to sleep?
But no, I mean, it's just astronomically mind-boggling how this shit could come out and say something like that for people who are no longer there or people who have just gotten fired, and you are getting your fucking number 2 spot because a bunch of people are going out the door because no one gets promoted without some motherfucker losing their position.
Right.
And
What?
oh yeah, it's cutthroat in the business world. You're
What
telling
if
me
what
that
wait a second. You're telling me that there's no business out there that can expand and create a larger business and therefore have to promote people without firing other people?
not here in Krypton, I took out at least 3
Fair
motherfuckers
point.
to get my to get my
Touche.
promotion.
No,
But
I get
no,
what you're saying though. Typically when you're moving up the ladder, somebody got kicked off the ladder ahead of you.
yeah, I
And
mean, and we're not talking about when you start off. Let's use like say a newsroom or something. We're not talking about when you're in the bullpen with like a bunch of motherfuckers and you're all in that one little cubicle, okay? We're talking about when you start getting higher up to the corner offices, right? Someone's got to leave that corner office for someone else to take it. And there's only one of two ways they leave it. Either they leave it to move up to the next office or they left it because they went out the front door. But those stories only end that way. And in a business like Collider, for this motherfucker to get number 2, he probably stepped over 4, 5, 6, 3, all of them. He just stepped right on their heads.
I wonder what happened to Dennis Zen, if he's still like behind the scenes or if he just like
I
fuck
don't
y'all.
know, but Grim Monolith says Zod got his spot via drone attack.
Grim, I told
Hilarious.
you can't be telling my secrets here. I got a few more people I got to take out. Like IGN, fuck you. My next stream is gonna be fuck IGN, and I'm gonna fucking link them to it. Fucking pricks.
It's
Anyways, I'm
IGN's
sorry.
fault that Collider's failing.
It is. It is. I don't know how, but I know those
They've
motherfuckers
taken
will.
all the shilliness.
Those
It's
are
a
the
bunch
next
of
people.
shilliness.
Those are the next on my hit list. I'm going right down the line until we down all them fucking pricks. But I mean, you know, so I mean, this guy is lucky to get his spot, and instead of being gracious and coming out and going, I feel for the people, but they'll land on their feet and we're a family, or the corporate bullshit they come up with. We're a family here, and we're gonna
Wait,
make
didn't
sure
he
they're
put
all.
this message on Twitter?
Yeah, he tweeted. He tweeted
And you're
out.
using the word gracious?
Okay, touche. Fair point. There's nothing gracious on
I
Twitter.
mean, of all of the messages on Twitter, about 0.011% are gracious.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I feel like when you go to Twitter to tweet something out, and I feel like it's anyone, it just like turns into a declaration of war, especially with these big companies, or it's bad news. Because that whole thing with Collider was out on Twitter when they were firing people. I feel like that's going to be like the wave of the future. Anytime you hear about someone losing a job or something, it's going to be tweeted out. You're going to be at home looking at your Twitter feed and be like, fuck, I just got fired. Not 50,000 people know.
You'd be like, huh, my company just hired somebody for my position. That's pretty fucking weird. I should check my DMs.
It is crazy that I was watching Christian Harloff's little show where he had like Roxy and what's his name,
Oh, he's got his own
Ryan.
show already?
Yeah, he's been had that the
I don't
Schmoes
watch these
entertainment.
people.
Yeah, but he pretty much said like, how do you guys not have like a final show or nothing to wrap this up and tell people goodbye and stuff? You're just like just fire people and just that's the end. Like Josh McCouga, whatever. They said he was just on like vacation when he found out about it.
And what did
I,
Roxy have to say?
She's pretty much like it is what it is.
Huh.
You know,
people
people
hated me
people
anyways.
yeah. But
But
she owns up to her own shit. But she'll be fine.
I was
Like
joking around and I was like, could you picture there was a guy on vacation? I didn't know that shit was true. Like, like you picture that motherfucker on vacation. He's in Hawaii off that Collider money. He's like, yeah, when I come back, it's going to be a new year. Can't wait for all of these different things I'm going to review. Hasn't,
I
turned off
wonder
Twitter.
these people because they're used to just, going to the studio, looking at a script, seeing what shill thing they have to say is, maybe coming up with a bit of witty banter that's gonna fail, and that's it. Like, they didn't have to do any real research. They don't have to make any thumbnails. They don't have to come up with any titles or descriptions or anything. They don't have to do any work like that. When you're running your own channel, like, you got to do all of that for the most part, I guess, until you get to be such a size that you can afford to have somebody do it for you.
Right.
Yeah, and you know it. It's like you got to figure that they're in this mindset now where they have the staff to do that, or if someone was just getting started and they got the staff to do all that stuff, and like now it's like shit. Now I gotta go back to the drawing board. I mean, and really, I'm curious to know how much revenue or how much they made a living off of this. Did they have like another job? Because I know every one of us or most of us who YouTube have other shit that we do, real
Mhm.
lives outside
Well,
of here.
definitely, if you live in LA and shit, like you're gonna have to have more than two jobs, like just to fucking survive out that bitch. So I'm pretty sure they had side hustles and advertisement deals and stuff like that behind the scenes.
And that's another, actually, perp. That's a great point. We should talk about, where do does like Collider, the hub, now get the ad revs for all of those shows that they had? Because they all had advertising. So,
Right.
I'm sure that there's something written into their contract appropriately where they'll either have to get paid out to pay off the contract, but yeah, Collider is going to make the money off of any ads that come in off of any old video, and they're not going to have to pay the people that are in the videos.
Bro, they're sitting there bleeding subs, like they're bleeding out real slow, real
so
slow.
perp, you got a pretty good knowledge of this. As far as the subs and everything goes, let's talk about that. Like, how I
We
heard they were
talking
down quite a
cold
bit.
cut combos? Are we talking roast beef? What are we talking?
I mean, I think originally they were at almost like a million subs. I could be completely off by that,
The
but I'll
last
just
time I checked, I thought they were at like 620.
yeah, they're at like 600, right? And now they're at like under five. Now they're like
Holy
slowly.
fuck.
Yeah, they're
That
they're
no, what do
starting.
you mean slowly? That's like I just looked at it like a month and a half ago or 2 months ago.
Yeah,
Like
people are
right before
definitely
the
jumping ship.
holidays, the last time that we ever did a shilling of them would have been the last time that I looked at it. And that's not that long ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at like 595.
Oh, okay. So they're at the top end. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. I was thinking they were at the bottom of the 500s. Okay.
Yeah, but
But
that's
But
still, that's
it. It
that's moving
top.
along because you got to think that they're still adding subs while they're losing them.
I have a prediction, right? We'll definitely see what's gonna happen with Collider by the end of this year, and I say they pull the plug on Collider completely within 2 years, two
yeah,
three years. Yeah, that it'll be completely gone.
How could it
and
ever be completely gone? You
Well, it
just
just
got
won't.
it's a YouTube thing. You just keep on downsizing and downsizing until it fits the mold right.
I mean, like I said, it's still under a complex, so they'll just probably just merge that into their complex page. Like they'll just put like a little playlist, be like, "Oh, this is our movie reviews and stuff and all that."
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. But you think that they'll get rid of the channel?
yeah,
Like when you search Collider, nothing will pop up for a
because
channel?
yeah, because they went from having like hundreds, like 100 k view plus views to now like 10 thousands, and it's just getting worse.
and here's the thing that's been going around with the go go woke, get broke, and all this stuff. I do think that plays a big part into it, but there's more to this than just the aspect of simple opinions. it's the fact that, like we were saying, when you don't have a difference of opinion and you don't have good conversation, people don't want to hear everyone agreeing with each other. Like, what is part of the fun of coming to the Phantom Zone? Zod's always going to get corrected.
Listening to Zod read.
Yeah.
That's the
For
highlight.
my New Year's resolution was hooked on phonics and Rosetta Stone. I'm gonna maybe add some French to it, or I'm gonna get classy here
You
and
do
there.
not need to learn another language. You just need to learn English.
I don't know. I think Kryptonian will flow better in a different dialect.
Fuck.
You can learn Swahili. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Geekocidal Tendency says Mark Fernandez brought Collider video video 3 years ago from CPM Lex.
Yeah, he pretty much like, even though I hear he's a douchebag, he kind of like
It's complex.
he kind
Thank
of
you.
he helped he bought you know he bought Collider, and because Complex was already was gonna get rid of everybody, like everybody was gonna be out of a job, but like Mark kind of helped keep some of the people around, but
Mm.
obviously that didn't last. So
Lasted
And
for so long, and they were like, well, you're not bringing in the revenue. That's what it comes down to. I mean, they lost their jobs because they weren't bringing in the
wait,
money.
pull that up again, Zod. Yeah, that's crazy.
Roxy's channel subs went from 6,500 to 18K in the last few days.
Whew.
So that is a huge jump. And here's the thing, like, the thing that baffles my mind is they get rid of all these people, right? But like you said, PB, these are easy course corrects. You want to bring in the subs, you got to make the channel interesting. Are you telling me their only option was, oh, scrap everything and start anew, burn this motherfucker down, and just rebuild like that? That's the option. What about, like, putting scaffolding up? Maybe, giving people the fucking tools. What about sending someone in to be like, okay, for instance, maybe we shouldn't show a trailer on a fucking TV screen through our camera. We could just stream it via internet that we're fucking on. What about that little thing?
That blows my mind that they did that, and nobody at Collider's like, hey, let's just use OBS, or we could just pull up the screen right here.
I mean, people must like the tech. They watch our channels. And I ain't tech savvy.
Crazy. Clearly.
so I mean, you're telling me, to PB's point, you're telling
No, they
me.
broke the nose off the Sphinx and they said, ah, fuck it. Blow it up. Start over. It's ruined.
It's like and here's the thing that a lot of other channels have been talking about. And I want to get your guys' opinions on this. Do you think this is more feeding into what YouTube's trying to feed into, which is going towards more corporate end, right?
Yes.
Becoming more corporate. That's the key, people, becoming more corporate, Disneyfying everything. Because what's the
Or, or
biggest
or or you could just use the term boring to glorify it more. So
I don't know.
fucking
I
boring?
think that they had those, what have they done now? 3 or 4 of those deep fakes. And the first one was epic. Like George Lucas having that guy come in, and he had the mannerisms down pat and everything. He had the cadence down. It was perfect. The 3 that followed after that, or 2, I don't remember exactly how many there have been, they're not as good. But they looked at the analytics and they said, well, to
yeah.
make one of these little sketches takes us literally one afternoon. It takes not even a cameraman, because the camera's just stationary. The guy's
Right.
just sitting there. So we just have one comedian come in, we film him, and then we take one editor and he, edits it together so that it looks right and it has the, video in the corner properly. And it was way easier to produce, way cheaper to produce, and it was getting 10 times the views. And they went, well, fuck, we should be doing this instead of doing what we've been doing for how many fucking years? I don't even know.
And
That's
Geekocidal
crazy.
Tendencies, I want to thank you, really interacting with us in the chat. He says Collider was overproducing and overplaying talent like John the Joka Roca, Waste of Humanity. Love that. He also says we don't see the big change in channels like Popcorn Talk and Screen Junkies, and Deep Fake is one episode from a cease and desist order. So
Right?
thank you.
Like, you picked the wrong person to do it against, and they're like, oh, fuck. They'll be suing you right up the fucking ass.
And that's why like Christian Harloff's about to just he's killing it over there. He's getting way more views than these motherfuckers, like way more. And
And,
he's
and
freaking
let me guess, he's doing exactly what he was doing on Collider.
pretty much.
Yep.
But his
So
show's a little
sounds
his show's
like
a lot
Collider
better.
was kind of pinning him in and telling him what he can and can't do, and now he's just doing what he wants.
Pretty much. And he said he's gonna try to work with the other people that he's worked with, like with Roxy and all them that they lost their jobs. He's
You
gonna
need more
so,
people to work with Roxy. After you
yeah.
show me that gif, she could wink at me all day.
and and that's and and that's the thing. Like this, this proves the new thing that we've been talking about this with our 2019 special and everything else, and taking a look back. The corporate structure is boring, and it's become stagnant, and it's become a scripted thing of what people can and cannot say, and their base is suffering for it. And that's a great example, because if Harloff is doing better on his own channel than he ever was with Collider, then what does that tell you, Collider? That tells you that
even
maybe you shouldn't fucking feed people scripts.
even Jeremy made a good point. He's like, you see a dude like me getting hundreds of thousands of views, and they're getting like tens, like less than that. That's a problem. That shouldn't happen.
With twice the subscribers minimum.
Right.
And it just goes, it's this whole thing. It's this whole thing about what's going on. I strongly believe with what's going on with Hollywood and everything, it trickles down, right? Because then the business model goes that we can't offend the people higher up, right? Because when you get into talking about movies and doing reviews, you're not talking about actors and actresses and different companies, and they gave you their pass to go see their movie because they were under this assumption you're going to give it a good review. And it's kind
I
of
was
funny
told
because
that we can talk about Kelly Marie Tran.
like, yes, I mean, but like, here's the thing: reviewing, just because you give me a pass to your movie, it shouldn't be an automatic hush hush, like, okay, I gave you these passes, you got to say these glowing things. It's like, no, I'm going to go and see the movie, and if it's a pile of shit, then I'm going to report it as such. Just because you give me a pass, I shouldn't be beholden. I shouldn't, my opinion shouldn't be swayed by, your generosity. If you think it's a good product, and you're confident in it, then thank you, I appreciate it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to endorse it if it's a piece of shit. And that's what these companies wanted. They want people to just go there and say the talking points. And I mean, you could see them looking at their laptops and looking down with fucking notebooks and scripts. you know
Much.
it's so blatantly scripted. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh man, I just miss the glory days of like movie talk. The first couple of years of Collider were really cool. You know, I remember those when it was movie talk. I remember when John did the whole 24-hour live stream shit. That was epic. Um,
He did a 24-hour live stream and people watched it.
hmm
How many cute girls did he have on?
He was just him. It's
What?
just him.
It's the power of John. We don't know where it comes from. Fuck.
Yeah, it was just him on there, and he might have had his wife on there, like,
Okay, that's what I
but
thought.
like he had people coming in and out like throughout the stream and stuff. But he did a whole 24-hour stream and stuff. I was like, I forget what he was doing it for. I think it was for like something that happened in the Philippines or something like
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was doing it for the homies.
that. No, but those were good times, and where they speaking of the hot females, they had so many beautiful, beautiful women on that show. Don't know where most of them are now, but you know, those were good
Well,
times.
didn't he take one of them with him to his channel to read his super chats?
Um,
Who's that chick?
for all as I know, that reads the super. Well, they have a bot that reads the super chats out loud and stuff.
No,
So,
on John Campea on his channel. He's got some chick that reads the super chats for him.
oh, that's probably his wife then.
Oh, that's funny as hell. I mean, I don't know why they have a computer monitor hooked up in the kitchen, but whatever.
uh, so yeah, I
That's
mean
hilarious.
the whole thing is just just hilarious. So the other thing I want to touch on besides this whole Collider thing, because I feel like Hollywood is linked to this bullshit that happens. They've got their fingers in everywhere. They're in the trees, man. But the whole thing with the Golden Globes, I had to talk about it because it's been a big thing. Did you
Yeah,
guys?
I saw Salma Hayek at the Golden Globes. Those are the
I
globes I want to talk about.
oh god,
People still
he
watch
yeah.
award shows.
I watch them when they got Salma Hayek's globes on them.
I mean, you could
I
go to
want.
YouTube for that.
That's true.
So,
Well, let's put
what
it
did
this way. I wasn't necessarily going to watch all of it. Like I would just fast forward through it real quick to see who won. Except I'm sitting here putzing on my phone and I see notifications pop up saying roast at the Golden Globes, roast at the Golden Globes, roasted at the Golden Globes, Hollywood roasted at the Golden Globes. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
yes, my favorite British actor of all time.
But it's like this is the thing. Like, I don't understand this,
He
right?
does it every time he hosts. It's nothing new.
That and it's just like people just get overly hyped about certain things. Like, oh, he just destroyed the. I was like, it was a cool thing, you
No,
know?
it was pretty good because the way that he delivers these
Yeah.
jokes is excellent. Like his delivery is top notch for the jokes that he's telling.
hmm
Like those jokes would have fit right in with the special that everybody was putting right at the top of their list, Sticks and Stones. All of those jokes would have been right in that special. Like the Jeffrey Epstein one. Oh, you boo, but I know that he's your friend. Freaking hilarious. Like, I thought I was laughing my freaking ass off. But no, it wasn't anything for him out
hmm
of the norm or anything like that. Like, it's what I expected him to do hosting the Golden Globes. I mean, I was a little surprised that he didn't get bleeped more, like that he didn't swear more often.
hmm
But I mean, outside of that, it wasn't. to me, I've seen him. What they said it was his sixth time hosting it. It has to be at least the fourth time that I've watched him do it. Like I don't think I've seen it every single time, but I've seen it the last couple times, and it seems the same to me. Maybe it just everybody thought it was this special thing because of where we were after the last, I don't know, 3 years of entertainment bullshit ever
Yeah.
since the anti-Trump movement. And well, you gotta be woke. Being woke is good, right? Being like, nah, being woke is
And
fucking, it's too much work and it's a bunch of bullshit.
but like I said, like but it's like you said though, it just I don't know. It's just weird to me that we just praise certain things because it's like nobody watches these award shows like that anymore. And just Hollywood has always been on some bullshit, and
No, they don't watch the award shows, which is funny because then I was watching Fox News from earlier yesterday, and they had a segment on it, and halfway through the segment, they're all talking, and they're like, "Yeah, and the numbers for the show are coming back, and looks like it's going to be the lowest ratings in 8 years." And I was like, wow. So all of this hype that was built up around it, because even midway through the show, it seemed like they had already realized that people had shown up to hear Ricky talk because they were plugging it as, and more of Ricky. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I just assumed I was going to get more of the host. Like, duh. But okay, thanks for letting me know that the host would be back. There's another hour and a half of the show left. Like, okay,
and
but it was
at least
strange.
at least 2 million people were watching Power that night. So
Exactly. So they didn't get this phenomenal boost in ratings like everybody thought, but it definitely did give plenty of people on YouTube something to talk about if you're, I guess,
like
anti wokeness,
I,
which
I
I
like the
am, but I didn't feel like it was enough to prompt me to make a video about it.
like I'm glad we're kind of talking about like these award shows now because like it brings up a good point because I was over my boy's crib last night and he was watching like the old Source Awards, like the 2000 Source Awards. I was like, yo, people do not put on shows like this anymore. Award shows like having prop cars pop up in the performances, or just you know um having actually a entertaining host and just making it a whole show and stuff. And just now award shows just become nothing more than popularity contests. It's not based on you know X, Y, and Z. It's just like, oh, what sold the most or what made the most money or you know.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, look at Kevin Hart. They had that they had the opportunity to do that whole thing, and they just like were like, nah, we're gonna bring up this stupid shit. And that's the problem, is that they're sitting there slamming their own people that they're supposed to have hosting the show. So who the fuck wants that gig? Who the fuck wants to sit there with a bunch of snide fucking cocky pricks in a room all together to talk about how fucking great they are? and,
Ricky
and
Gervais. That's why I
he
said he is the what do I want to say? He's the caliber of person that you need to do that job because that was the perfect joke. He's like, well, they fired Kevin Hart for, some offensive tweets a couple years ago, but they get me to do this? Like, what are you thinking? And I was like, that's freaking hilarious. But he himself, he doesn't care what people say about him. Like they could
he's a
say
great
that he's
singer.
the biggest misogynist, racist, Nazi, whatever. Throw all of them freaking terms up on his freaking forehead, paint them all over his fucking body, and he'd be like, makes for a good joke.
And that is the that that is the thing and this does swing back to Collider and everything else. It's this mentality of not like offending people has become taboo. Whereas when we were in the 90s, offending people was how you got noticed. The most offensive shit would make you go, "Ooh, that dude's raw." Like, wow, I want to listen
Step,
to
step,
that because
stepping on a fresh pair of J's. Get your ass whooped.
yeah,
Right?
it used to be that being offensive, being edgy, but talking about these
It,
things, it adds levity.
it literally turned into it. It's like back then, you stepped on somebody's shoe, you getting fucked up. Now you step on somebody's J's, like, don't worry about it, homie.
Or they'll be like, I'm sorry, I entered your safe space. I didn't mean
Right?
to offend you. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like, I don't. And this is the problem. All of these channels, when they get bigger and they start getting a little bit of clout and they start getting a little bit of those bigger people coming on in the special post, they think they got to act a certain way. It's like, no, you got recognized for doing stuff a certain way. Why did you have to change it? And that's the same. That's the thing that happened with Collider. They were doing something that worked, and instead
Because
of
if I
doing the
don't change it, you won't be able to see how virtuous I am.
exactly, exactly, it's become to this small, loud group. And you know the irony of this statement from those fucks? They say we're the loud ones. Yes, I talk loud if you're on my channel, but outside of
And
here,
you also
I
from New York, so it makes sense.
yeah, that's how I am. My girl be like, why did you just tell someone to fuck off and you cut them off? Be like, that's not the point. I'm fucking driving here. Anyway, but the, the whole thing is though that if you change who you are, just to appease this small group, this small group that has the loudest voice. They claim we have the loudest voice, but those motherfuckers bitch and complain on the Twitter and on their Facebook and on Instagram and Snapchat and all these other fucking places, YouTube, right? They come in, they bitch and talk about all these big words. They don't understand what they're using. They use them in the wrong context. You know, it's just like that's why you're losing your audience because you want to be them. Why you want to be them? Why does everyone want to be everyone else? I don't understand it. Why does everyone want it? It's fucking boring. Why do we
Because
want to
most
It's
copy
people,
called
everyone
the
else?
apocalypse dream. You
it, it,
saw
it,
X-Men Apocalypse, right?
Mm-hmm.
He
it's called
wanted to
people.
be everyone.
It's just people being sheep. Everybody
Exactly.
don't know
Sheeple?
about don't sheep. Yes, people that are sheep.
And that's the thing. They amassed this following from having something different, but yet when they got to this big mountaintop, then they were like, oh, now we're going to change to conform to be like everybody else because then we can pull in these crazy people. Guess what? When are you going to get it in your heads? These crazy people, they don't give a fuck about what you're putting out. They're not the ones subscribing to you. They're not the ones listening to you. They're listening to you to bitch, yes, but they're not paying
I
your
feel like
ad
you're
revenue.
talking about Tyler Norton. I mean, if you don't know who Tyler Norton is, he's a super SJW who doesn't care about Star Wars. He only cares about the representation in Star Wars. And he just said that, yeah, of course, Episode 9 is going to succeed. It has a female lead, and the reason Solo failed was because it had a white male lead.
which
My
was
God.
wrong. Which
That's
was
so
wrong because
stupid. That's like 90% of Hollywood movies have white leads in it. What does
I
that
know,
mean?
that's what I'm saying. And that's the point is I don't understand why anybody would say that, well, we want this representation in anything in any aspect. Because guess what? With how big the fucking world is, you're gonna get representation regardless. Just fucking look
Right.
for it.
Fucking
Right.
throw a stone. Go outside and throw a stone. You'll hit someone different every time. Not saying I
Like,
do that.
what is the
You know what
black
before
population in America? 25%.
you're
So 25% of all of the characters in all of the movies from now going forward, they're always supposed to be black. It's always supposed to be 25%. No, it's not how it works. Because what happens when you make a movie like, I don't know, Black Panther? Like, if only 25% of the people in Black Panther are black, there would have been a problem.
It's true. Be like,
So
who
they
they
always
pick
want more representation than what the numbers account for. So forget about the fucking numbers and just write a good story. Because if you just make a good story, people will appreciate it and they'll come back and watch it. And I assume that we would all agree that the best example from last year of that would be Joker.
I
Exactly.
will say one medium that needs to like not needs to stop trying to be diverse, and they fail at every time. It's anime. Stop doing black characters in anime. They just don't do it right. They can't get it right. Just don't do it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, but see, here's the thing though. Even in it's just taking it because I knew Perp would steer that route, but it is a thing. Even anime has tried to get diverse. Funimation are the biggest cocksuckers in the world right now, as far as that goes. And
That's
those
facts.
motherfuckers control 90% of all dubs you get is uh most of the time done through Funimation, and those people are an American corporation fucking up a foreign product. Fucking it up. Literally, it was safe overseas, and the minute it hits our fucking shores, there goes the politics. They're changing storylines. They're dubbing shit that wasn't even like I can understand Japanese, and you say the translation, and it's not even what it fucking translates to. And I'm like, whoa, did they just dub that wrong? They dubbed the character to be gay. That isn't gay. Why? It's canon. Only a select few people are
the
watching it. You're not
the
hitting a
funny
big demographic.
One of the funniest dubs is in My Hero Academia where they Rocklock, the black character. He's like, "Yo, guys." Yeah, yeah, it's just so funny. Like and also like the I find the dub of like Dragon Ball Super to be funny because it's like they for the Universe 11 characters, they're all black voice actors and stuff. Like the clown is, it just throws me off because I'm just like, what the fuck, yo? Why do they have him talking like this? Like, it's just funny as hell.
Because they're clowns.
But I mean, it's like nothing is safe once it reaches our shores, and it's the problem that's going on with Collider. Mark my words, Collider, folks, all of you big shill channels, take fucking note from Collider, because this is gonna happen to you. You keep on fucking pandering. IGN, you motherfuckers, you keep on doing your game reviews where you fucking tell me a review that you don't like a game because someone mentioned
Uh,
something about Democrats in the game. I'm gonna fucking strangle you.
yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
first off, IGN, most of those motherfuckers don't even play games. Like they'll play one level and just try to do a review on it. It's like it doesn't work like that.
Wait, people
You
at
gotta play.
IGN play games?
Apparently, apparently it says gaming on it, and these motherfuckers they got the privilege to go to where what was it? Who not what was that game?
KFC or Popeyes?
Not KFC or Popeyes. Hold on. I'm trying to think of the game. Why is it eluding me? I haven't played games in like a
Burger
minute.
King.
Nope, not McDonald's. I'm just gonna go all down the fast food chains. I'm actually was thinking of food at this time, but what
Thinking
was
of
it? Far
cookies.
Cry, the new Far
Yeah.
Cry, right? In it, you had a choice to be like a radical group or whatever, right? So they're showing this behind the scenes. Now GameStop and IGN get to go to this camp where they see the game being developed and stuff. That shit is cool. I want to know about what John's doing with the special effects and stuff. And they're talking about, I don't like the politics behind this. What are they trying to say? I don't give a fuck. I want to know about the game, guy. What is the game design? He's literally making cool shit right in front of you. He's on his cool laptop. You could be asking him technical questions like how many fucking polygons are in it or whatever the fuck the game lingo is. And no, this dumb motherfucker is talking about how, oh, there's Confederate flags here. This is so jarring. It's like they're getting in the game. This is part of they're immersing themselves in the world like I'm trying to do. Why the fuck are you telling me about the decor? I want to know about what the fuck's going on with the design. And it pisses me off because I can't fucking watch an objective review anywhere. I used to go to GameStop and I used to get their fucking magazine, and then that motherfucker got shorter and shorter and shorter. And then I went online to read the fucking reviews, and the reviews are not telling me about the game. They're like, well, I don't like the political agendas in here, and why isn't there more female characters? I don't give a fuck. I'm playing a game. I play my game to get the fuck away from my girl. I don't want more female representation. I want less. I want to blow shit up.
No, I want my
I want
females objectified in my video games appropriately.
Right.
I want the good old days of Grand Theft Auto where I could pick up a hooker with no shame and judgment. Why the fuck
You
are
can still do that.
I need to make a pit stop in the chat. Tommy says when he was up north and he had Popeyes, that shit was slimy and wet and was gross. He wanted fried chicken, not semi-soup chicken. Well, apparently you had some non-authentic black people.
Oh my god, I love it. You know what? I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up with me one day. They're just gonna be like, wow, this motherfucker has just been
And then you
going
said
on
this?
for years.
And then you said this?
Like, why didn't the algorithm catch this guy for you now?
He's a social terrorist. That's gonna be the new word. I'm gonna make that a social terrorist.
Jay, I agree with you. I want to play females with little characters. Look at fucking Mortal Kombat. How is it we got reverse sexism?
He wants to play females with little characters. That's what he said. What?
Can you imagine GTA 6 coming out and then completely go away from their formula just to make something PC?
Yeah, they just go, like, instead of like stealing someone's car, you go and buy a car and then you have to pay for insurance, and then someone repos it because you haven't paid your payment in months. Yeah, I want to fucking play that game. Oh wait,
Like,
that's my fucking life.
Like if you misgender somebody, you can get like 2 stars.
I mean, and this is the bullshit that Collider was slipping into, and the rest of them, they're no different. All of these motherfuckers, and I'm looking forward to the day. This is why I have my Joker paint on, where I can burn the motherfucking establishment to the ground. Fuck all of you cocksuckers. I hope that I grab all of your fucking viewers, because fuck you right in the ass with the biggest fucking dildo.
Whoa. You're going to be grabbing viewers and fucking them in the ass? What?
Inappropriate.
Shame.
No, it's
disclaimer. This video is not for children. I know it's like an hour and something in.
Oh man.
Imagine if I got flagged because I didn't change. But like they go, some kid in card is like, "Oh, General Zod, we remember him from Superman," and it's just me ranting about IGN getting fucked with a dildo. How fucking hilarious would that be?
Tommy's telling me that almost all of the people in Trenton are black, and I said authentic black people, and he said they are authentic gangsters. That's why they can't cook.
Trenton. Oh boy.
But I mean, I went off on a tirade there, but I mean it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is why viewership will keep on dropping off, because where can you go? Where can you go to see an objective opinion about gameplay and shit like that? I remember when GameStop used to do that. GameStop does the same shit now. They send these fucking idiots straight out of college who are like, they majored in gender studies, and they're sitting there just going, "Oh, I don't see enough female NPCs." It's an NPC. What are you talking about, guy? Its only
It,
job is to just fucking walk around
or
and
it's
get
like you're
money.
playing NBA 2K and they're like, "Oh,
What I
where's
don't
the female
understand. Oh,
representation?"
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's like you're playing NBA 2K and somebody complains there's not enough female representation. I was like, "Do you know what the fuck sport you're playing?"
Uh,
Eh,
yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, speaking of the NPC thing, they're complaining there's not enough female NPCs. How do we know what that NPC identifies as?
Right? They miss.
Like
They,
those are the people that are like, well, you don't know what I identify as. Just because I look like a man with a beard doesn't mean that I am. Okay, I guess if you say so, I'll call you the bearded lady if that's what you're looking for. All right. Well, shouldn't that stand for the NPC characters? Like, just because it looks like a man doesn't mean that it is, you crazy fuckers.
yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Like, they don't talk about, and this isn't just video games now. Swinging it back to Collider, when you looked at those reviews, they don't talk about the movie anymore, the show anymore. Like, I don't come on to say, well, this movie would have been great, but I noticed how the females in here were really put down. I don't give a fuck. What is the movie? What did you think about the movie's message, the plot, the fucking setting? Give me something.
What about
I'm
my themes?
like Game of Thrones. They're sitting there and equating it to history, and it's like, guy, it's a different fucking era. What are you talking about? How do you
right.
take the fucking World War II era and equate
But
that to fucking knights and shit? I
but damn, could you imagine if Hitler had a dragon? We'd be fucked right now.
Right?
it's like
He's like,
it's
who
like
needs another when I have a dragon? Like,
it's it's like you get this library looking motherfucker. I wish I remembered his name. And he's sitting there trying to find the philosophical nuances of Game of Thrones. Motherfucker, I just want to know what you thought about two relatives banging. I don't care about how this connects to
Of
the
course, that's what he
tragedy.
asked.
How this connects to the tragedy, and it's like Romeo and Juliet. Motherfucker, I don't care about that. What about the show? What do you think about? Or the greatest Collider review? They do a fucking review on the Punisher, and they tell me how they don't like the show because it's violent. Are you fucking kidding? Did you not? It says Punisher. It didn't say the handshaker. It didn't say the dog walker.
but,
It's the fucking
yeah,
Punisher.
can you
The
imagine a show about
handshaker.
that? Like a dude with superpower, he just can shake people's hands and shit. Like,
Like, Jesus Christ. This dumb bitch is gonna say the female representation in Punisher was poor. It's about the Punisher. It ain't about the
right.
Punisher's bitch. It isn't about the Punisher's mom. It's he got fucked over and he's gonna kill
Hey,
some people. That's why I
hey,
watch
hey,
it.
just wait for it. Marvel will make a comic with a female Punisher.
Oh, I know that's coming. I know it's coming. But I mean, oh my god, this is the shit that
Yeah,
why my
except the title of the comic will be 2 words. It'll be Punish Her.
Punish them.
punish the patriarch. Oh my god. Like,
Oh, no. I don't use that word.
I mean, yes, Trey Courtney. I've seen Collider reviews on horror movies, sadly, at certain points because they had a horror section, and this dumb cunt would come
Horror?
on and be like, "Yeah, yeah, I know, fuck you." Anyways, this bitch came on, right? They did a review for Brightburn, and everyone was pissy over Brightburn because there's a scene, and a spoiler if you haven't seen it, you should have. It's an amazing fucking movie. They get pissy because he guts the mother of this girl he's obsessed with, and he like has her all open, like her rib cage and shit all open by his ship or whatever. And they're like, "Oh my god, this degrades women." And I was like, he didn't fuck the corpse or anything. The bitch
Right.
got out of line, said some
Fucking
stupid
Zod.
shit. I mean, this is standard Kryptonian shit. If a bitch talks to me, I'm ripping their heart out. I'm just saying, this is like some Superman shit, okay? You know, and they were like, oh, and the way he brutally murdered people. It's an
I
evil superpowered being.
I would really want to see their take on Django.
Oh, Django would be different. They would be like, "Oh my God, it's such a strong statement against white
Wait. So
oppression."
they had problems with the violence in that, but they didn't have no problems with the violence in Ready or Not. That shit has a lot of blood and shit in it.
No, they were fucking applauded. They're like, "Oh, this is," and don't get me wrong, I like Ready or Not. I thought it was a great movie, good twist at the end in there. I
Of
thought that,
course you did.
I loved it. It was great.
I don't know what it is.
But they applauded because they're like, oh, it beat all the tropes and the female took charge. And I'm like, no, the bitch was thrown into a shitty situation and it was a game
Right.
of survival.
It's
I
this
mean,
the most generic. It's the most generic thing for a it's a final girl. That's all she was. Like it wasn't
yeah,
nothing.
it wasn't anything special. It was just she delivered the role as an actress. It didn't overdo it with the political bullshit. She was funny, charismatic. I enjoyed, watching her. I even loved the shit that she said with the boyfriend and things. Like when he was like, "Well, I tried to tell you that I didn't want to get married here," and she goes, "You're blaming this on me," and like that shit was funny. It was a
Like
funny, well put together horror movie.
I actually watched it
Horror.
last night, but my favorite moment. It just still makes me like cringe, not cringe, but like it just definitely makes my stomach turn. Is when she's sitting there, approach the little boy approaches her, and I'm like, I would have drop kicked him immediately right there, but she gets shot in the
Yeah,
hand. She gets shot in the hand, and she falls for all they throw all the dead bodies at and shit. And she has to get out of there, and she ends up putting her hand on a nail, um,
oh yeah. Oh
on her open wound and shit. Like I was like, oh shit, that hurts. That's hurting me. But
Wait, what movie did that happen in?
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not. If you got a chance, it's a good. It was a
Oh,
good horror
okay,
movie.
Ready or Not with Margot
It's
Robbie, right?
no, it's not Margot
Nah,
Robbie.
it
Wait,
looks
who's the
like her,
chick?
but
She
I
looks
don't
like
know.
Margot Robbie though. I forget her name. But
Oh,
it's so funny how on the nose that movie was, especially when I was like, because I didn't pay attention to it until like they kept saying it. Like the family's name is Dumas. Like they're a bunch of dumbasses. Like it's hilarious. Like
Yeah, the movies. It was a very put together movie, but the way that they praised it was not on the credit of the actress or on the credit of the good writing that went behind the dialogue, so that she had something to work with. No, they made it sound like the female held this movie together. I go, no, there was a lot of good acting in that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's shit like this that when people go to these channels, they're like, you're not getting any information. You're getting them talking about a person or a thing that they like. That's not a fucking review. That's I could go out and do that. Oh, Joe down the street, he's a go getter. I like the way he rakes the leaves. That kind of fucking reviewing.
I like the way he rakes them leaves. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you rake them leaves, Joe. You rake them hard. You rake them fast. You rake them long. Can't wait for fall to roll around every year.
I mean, you know, it, this is the bullshit that all of these channels are suffering from, and this is the trap of every panel that you had was just boring talk, and then someone would say a point, and then God forbid, you know what? If you had a counterpoint of view, God forbid that sorry motherfucker got invited to the panel, they'd be
Well, back
instantly
to
shut down.
Helga.
Yeah.
But but with all this being said, though, like if you have plans on starting a channel this year, just do it because this is a perfect time to get in where you fit in.
And name it Collider Live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change it from the fandom zone to collider zone.
That'll be change number 3.
The Collider Show with the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying YouTuber in YouTube entertainment today, General Zod.
General Zod.
He did that last night. I was like, yo, that was pretty epic, yo. I haven't heard that in a minute.
Oh, he did it last night after your power talk.
Yeah.
I was feeling it because I had the Tommy icon going. I was like, yeah, Tommy for the win. I'm calling it. He runs shit by the end. He's gonna run New York. I know how you feel for, but it's Tom for the win. Anyways, so yeah, but
you'll have if Collider were to review Power, they'd be like, "Oh, Tommy is the representation of Donald Trump."
yeah, Donald Trump taking over, holding the black man down. Of course, he had him killed, and then he started World War III. Which let's address that bullshit, okay? Everybody listening, you know what? I don't take these political stances, but I just I was in the military, and I'm here to just make this PSA announcement to all of you people. Shut the fuck up with the stupid hashtag World War III bullshit. No one wants
It's a
World War III.
hashtag.
Yes, it is. I
the
looked it
meme,
up. It's a fucking hashtag.
the memes though are hilarious. It's not funny, but it's like the memes are just entertaining as hell. But yeah,
It's like
I do
No,
agree. We need to
the
stop.
funniest one that I saw was, oh, the start of a new decade. It's not that bad. Oh, Australia's on fire. Oh, World War III is about to start. Well, that escalated quickly.
But somebody made a good point. Like that's like the one point in time that everybody was on the same page is when like they're just making memes or just joking about World War Three and shit. Ironically, it's crazy that like and that's what it takes for everybody to kind of just
Yeah, except
be
that they're not
kumbaya.
all on the same page because most of the people are joking about it, ironically, the way that we are. But there's
Mm.
always at least, I would bet in this scenario, there's probably 20% of people out there that are like, no way, man. It's totally going to happen. Why aren't you taking this seriously? He's going to say one thing and upset one person, and it's going to be on. And I was like, how many people do you think he's killed? What?
it's like
Like,
it's
yeah,
like
he's gonna say something, and that's gonna start a war. He's
And war
out
doesn't
there
work that way.
killing fucking terrorists, and there hasn't been a war. I think we'll be okay.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was in the service, people. They don't want to drop the nukes. Nukes is the last fucking option in anyone's mind. They might want to fucking, have a dick measuring contest and say that they're going to drop a bomb, but they know what happens in that scenario. And it's fucking Terminator Judgment Day, and no one wants that shit. No one wants Legion or Skynet fucking it up for the rest of us, okay? We don't want to be walking through a field of
No,
fucking bones. That shit ain't gonna happen. And then I heard the stupidest fucking thing from these stupid fucking vendor kids who, with their fucking hippie bullshit, going, well, then they're gonna reenact the draft. And I'm like, please leave
yeah,
my
you
fucking
know.
site right now.
No, they reenact the draft every night in Wisconsin when they're filling people's beer mugs.
I mean,
That's how you reenact the draft.
this
It's
is how
it's
you can tell
delicious.
this is
I'm
how
like,
you can tell the people that paid attention to history class and the ones that did.
let's just give you a scenario. The draft? Are you kidding me? You know what? You know what? I hope Congress does put the draft in. I hope they put the draft in effect, and the first people they take are these stupid fucking tree-hugging hippie motherfuckers that are sitting here with their stupid fucking political views that we've had to deal with. Send all of them, and we should have fucking Kathleen Kennedy leading the fucking charge. Put that cunt in the fucking
Don't you
front
No,
want to
line
win?
along with,
you,
with,
you, you
with
need you need Brie
Ryan
Larson.
Johnson.
You need Brie
Don't you want
Larson
to
to
win? You're
be.
going to send Kathleen Kennedy? That ain't going to get you a win.
You
I
gotta
don't want
send
to
Captain
win. I
Marvel.
want the first wave dead, and then we send in the real motherfuckers.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah,
the decoys.
yeah. Bring in Captain Marvel. Have Brie Larson stroke first. You know.
Oh fuck, that would be great. Have her come in with her fucking suit, going, "I'm gonna save the day" with her fucking Justin
Boom.
Bieber haircut, right in the center field, because this bitch thinks she's Captain Marvel. Just have that
Just
fucking
make
bitch come
sure
in
that
right in
you let her
front.
know that she doesn't have the inhibitor on her neck. She's good to go.
and then just have them all in the fucking front line. Have all these fucking Berkeley pricks. Have all of the cocksuckers from IGN. Have them
Yeah,
all
she can
lined up.
try doing that Luke Skywalker move from The Last Jedi. Let her try that.
Just Tommy put it best. I don't want to hear what some 40-year-old Arab man thinks. I want her to say one of those lines. Drop that bitch right in the middle and have her say some shit like that, and then camera it, please, because I want to see the fucking stoning live. That'll be the biggest pay-per-view event this country has ever seen. I mean, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I planned on going off tonight. Welcome to 2020 to the fandom zone. If you're new to my channel, I hope that you stay.
Yeah, I definitely think this year's gonna be crazy. It's definitely gonna be interesting for certain
Yeah,
things.
but here's the thing we started off with. I don't know. The politics will never taper down. Like people think, oh, we've gone through this bad point. But when you look throughout our history, the politics have always been there. It's just now there's more people, more these dumbasses got more of a platform to fucking spout their nonsense on. But I think right now, like people are saying it's tapering down. And here's the thing, these things go in waves. And you know what? Collider paid the price for going down that route. And I pray to God that it is not the only company who sees this. Like, I feel bad for the everyday person who just wanted to have a job. I feel bad for you, but the top people aren't going to fill it. But I really hope that the company goes under and that more companies like this go under because they need to see the point. The point is, it's not just the messaging. Okay. Yes, the messaging plays a big part. It does add into what they choose to do, but it's the companies not putting any fucking care into their shows. I mean, when we're watching a show and the person doesn't know what fucking camera to look at when they're talking, that's a problem. Like Woka didn't know which fucking camera he was supposed to be looking at. How the fuck is this guy on a panel?
Because he's a professional.
He's like, oh yeah, we're over here. It's like
Because he showed his virtue.
And he showed his certificate for him being certified to review things.
Ooh, he's got a certificate.
I want one.
Find a printer.
But I mean, here's the thing. Collider got hit, and you know what I'm waiting for? Fucking Shilling Tomatoes. I can't wait to do a fucking show on Shilling Tomatoes because those motherfucking cocksuckers. I was there for that fucking change with Captain Marvel. Fuck you forever. I don't give a fuck that it made $1 billion. You fucking pricks. And all of
Dude,
you
you're
other
not
corporate.
supposed to do that. If it persists for 4 hours, you're supposed to call a doctor. You can't fuck forever.
I mean, it is ridiculous that all of these people haven't been caught out on their bullshit for the longest time. And you know what? Rotten Tomatoes, Shilling Tomatoes, whatever you want to call it, it started going downhill when guess what? When fucking Fandango, a CEO fucking douchebag, brought into that company, now everything changed. Whenever these fucking bigger companies get in charge, and you know what? I'm gonna throw Disney into this. fuck you cocksuckers for making High School
Oh, throw
Musical.
Disney under the bus too, you son of a bitch.
Fuck you motherfuckers for making High School Musical the musical. I will never get those images
The
out of
show.
my head. The show.
The
Yes, this
series.
is a
Oh, the series, my bad.
this is an example of how fucking recycled your bullshit is, that you literally make a TV series on a movie that you did, and then you try to rip off a good show like The Office to try to make it better, and then wait for it, you put in your first ever gay couple. Oh, it's so moving. Fuck you. Fuck your pandering. Fuck your high school. No high school in America is
Fuck your
that
high
fucking
school.
great, okay? Fuck everything that you do. I am so fucking tired of this bullshit. And I hope we do more of these shillings on more of these fucking companies. I hope this whole fucking establishment burns to the motherfucking ground.
That was
All right.
Me
beautiful.
too.
I actually shed a tear. That was beautiful.
Like, I mean, whew, I know you guys haven't heard me go off like this in a while, but I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, like, how am I going to approach this? And you know what?
That's a first.
I've had this, trying to reformat it for 2020. I've had this channel up for a while. And, I'm thinking to myself, and I'm just like, it is a tragedy.
You had a format?
I did actually have a format for this.
When did you have this format?
I've been promoting this for like a week now.
No. When did you have a previous format? That's what I'm talking about. Like you said,
no.
if you're gonna reformat, that means you had a format.
My first format was chaos.
And then your second format was chaos.
My third one is going for world domination. But I mean,
through chaos?
Yes. Order out of chaos.
Fucking A.
But I mean, here's the thing. Collider is the first to take the hit. I want all of these companies
off of
to
that
fail.
bong.
Yep. I want all of these companies to fail, because then maybe, and let's go to YouTube now. Maybe YouTube, you're gonna stop fucking with the algorithm.
Collider is someplace other than YouTube.
Yeah, don't they got a web page or some bullshit?
I don't fucking know. I don't watch them.
I mean, that's what I hear from the know. Pretty soon they'll just have just a web page. But I mean,
okay.
But I mean, this is all on them. And you know what? I've heard people taking the other opinion, but I'm going to take this opinion. I'm going to say, fuck them. They deserve this because they dug their own grave. It's sad that people got caught in the collateral, but you know what? You guys didn't look at putting any love and care into what you were doing. You didn't look at the product you were putting out. You were putting out bullshit, and you thought people were going to stay and listen to your fucking bullshit nonstop. You thought you could fucking be up there with the elites. Guess what? The elites don't give a shit about you. And at the end of the day, I don't see none of these motherfuckers you shilled for coming to your defense. I haven't seen a statement from Disney going, oh my goodness, we gave these guys passes over there at Collider. They're doing amazing things. No, I don't see them doing it, or any of the other motherfucking people that you put up on a pedestal. None of them are coming to your defense. You want to know why? They don't give a fuck about you. No one that you fucking virtual signal to or that you pander to gives a fuck about your predicament right now. You dug yourself a hole. Now you have to fucking lie down in it and let people throw the dirt over it. And it's a fucking shame. And you know what? I hope the rest of you woke motherfuckers follow the same fucking path. And please, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button if you like this stream, or go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because I do this constantly. And oh yeah, fuck IGN.
Constantly. I mean, that's one way of putting it.
But I mean, no, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You want to know why, Collider? You want to know why your subs dipped off? Because maybe you had a fucking bunch of super chats. I don't even get super chats, okay? Sometimes I'm not the best with the chat. Chad, I know this. But
yep, we only get regular chads here.
but I don't have people dropping fucking $50 on my channel, and you arrogant, cocky fucking pricks can sit there and you don't read certain chats because they don't meet your fucking money criteria. You know, you had a bunch of $1 here, $1 there saying, I love you guys, I support the channel, and they glaze over them. They fucking glaze over them. This is a person that may not have the most
The
money in the
only
world.
thing you should glaze over is a honey ham.
I thought you were gonna go the donut route. Good stuff. I didn't expect the ham thing, but
or
yeah,
or they
you.
or Ray.
Jesus.
Oh God, I don't know how you swung it back to Ray. Kudos to you. But anyways, I mean, you had these people that were so arrogant, so cocky, so fucking snide and confident in their ability to be around for 2020, 2021, that they thought they could sit here and just fucking leave out the people who sit there on their channel, who take time out of their fucking busy day to give you fucking money on top of that, and you can't fucking even read their chat. Even if it's against your opinion, they still fucking put the money up so that you can read it and you can discuss it. And no, because it didn't align with what you were talking about, because it hurt your fucking feelings, you can't take the time to acknowledge them. Fuck you. You deserve everything that you get, because at the end of the day, you brought it on yourself. And I hope that the rest of the fucking company burns to the ground. And as far as that number 2 motherfucker, I hope you're fucking walking across
What
the
a
street.
shit.
I hope you're walking across the street with Brie Larson and both you motherfuckers get hit with a bus that says the world is yours. Fuck you too. Because it's ridiculous. And then they want to sit here and wonder why their fucking subscribers go up. And then they're going to go, and instead of putting better content out, okay, this is the biggest thing. They said, oh, we're revamping our channel. We're bringing out more quality shows. What? You're doing videos that take you fucking 2 seconds to do? A few
Hey,
little animations? Less
just to
production
let you
value?
know, with the money that she put into those fun bags, hitting her with one bus might not be enough if it hits her in the front. If you hit her
But
in the back, you would be fine. She ain't got no protection back there, but in the front, she's got some protection.
but I'm just saying, it's, you know, they wanted to pander to the Brie Larsons. They wanted to get in and perp. I know you like Last Jedi, but let's be real about these shills. They weren't saying the same points you were saying. They were attacking people. These shows were attacking people.
With
They were
fucking crowbars, they were lynching the fuck out of people. They were
they
like,
were
you fucking stay down. We don't want your fucking opinions here.
And you know what people said? Fine. Fuck you. And you know where those subscribers went? They went to Geeks and Gamers. That's where they went. Or they went to someone else. And later on, they'll
They
be going
went
to
to
Perk.
General Zod's fandom zone to find a
Yep.
home for real talk.
Because we're always going to keep it 100. You know what? I don't give a fuck if I'm paid money to sit here and chill for someone. I will not do that. Except for I will tell you that DC Universe right now has the
Hey,
best deal
hey,
in the
Uh,
universe.
I tell you what, if somebody come around with a bag, you know what I'm saying, a big bag, I'll
a
shoot for
big bag.
Well, okay, so only one person on them panel will sell their soul shamelessly,
Whoa,
Hey,
whoa,
but
whoa,
the
whoa,
rest
whoa.
of
I
us
mean,
will
I'm
stay
broke.
broke.
what am I selling my soul for? Like, it's for
Hey,
sale.
I'm broke, so I need the money.
Right. Like, I'm broke. It's for sale. It
God
is
damn it, people!
definitely for sale. But you gotta fucking be paying me appropriately. Like, my soul is still worth something.
I'd be like, these social terrorists, these motherfuckers out here. I mean, mother freakers.
These
Yeah,
mother forkers.
yeah. I mean, they're sitting here, and they can't even curse. They can't even say what they want to say because they want to hit the demographic. You know what? I'd rather sit with the people who can hear me be real. I'd rather have my chat be real and light up the chat, be able to say what the
Yeah,
fuck
Trey
you want
Courtney
to
said
say.
he'll shill for Jurassic Pork. It says park,
Going
but I wanted to say pork.
I mean, but I mean, here's the thing. I'm I'm not gonna sit here and just fucking sell out what I believe in just for a quick buck, and that's what they did. And they didn't have to. They didn't
Well,
have to.
you believe in things?
Yeah, world domination.
I believe in Santa
Superman's a
Claus.
bitch.
I knew it.
No, but I mean, there is a point. There is a
He's
point
real.
where there is a point where there's certain movies that even the top critics were trying to give their good opinion to because it's by Disney or it's by one of the other companies that's paying them, and they had to skirt around the review, and you can tell they were skirting around the review. Look at Captain Marvel. You know what? Fuck all you people who gave that fucking movie an 8 or a 9 and you were trying to say, oh, it had this and it had this. It was fucking boring, okay? It wasn't a bad film. It wasn't political agenda fest I thought it would be, but it was fucking
It wasn't
boring.
a bad.
It
It
was.
wasn't a bad film.
I mean, yeah, it was a bad film in the sense
Like
it was boring.
it was definitely not a good film. Like
It,
if
It
you got
wasn't
to pick
necessary.
between good and bad, it was a bad film.
yes, but
And
I
I
mean,
think, and to go off topic, I feel like they, we could talk about the MCU another time, but I really feel like if Captain Marvel had Black Widow's release date now, I don't, I think people would be more discouraged and shit, and say they wouldn't be as excited. I think Disney knew that, and that's why they put it where they put it.
Trey Courtney, I agree. Captain Marvel is the most boring movie of 2019. Yes, sir, I agree. Except for Black Christmas. Uh that movie.
I would
Fuck
much
me.
rather watch Dark Phoenix than to watch Captain Marvel, because at least I got some entertainment out of watching
Oh
Dark
no, no,
Phoenix.
no! I'd rather, if I had those two options, I'd rather drink a gallon of bleach
You have fun with that.
live. Zod's going away party. The big bottle of bleach.
I
That's
mean,
it.
Black Widow won't be a good test to see what Captain Marvel would have done, but the Eternals will be, because there will be some name actors and actresses in the movie that people know, so you'll have that bit of people showing up that don't even care about the MCU at all,
Hmm.
and it's introducing new characters, because that's what Captain Marvel was. It's a new character, so you can't go off the Black Widow thing. Like, everybody knows who Black Widow is already. It's not like a new
Right.
person or anything like that. She's
Hmm.
fucking dead.
Yeah.
Or
So if the Eternals don't make $1 billion, there's no way Captain Marvel would have made $1 billion if it got released this year.
or I have this theory. It's kind of, this may be a reach, but I could see Disney doing this as an ass pull. You could probably call it an ass pull or whatever. But at the end of Black Widow, you will find out that she's been a scroll this whole time
What, and she's actually still alive?
somewhere.
I don't think it works like that.
No, because man, I saw the blood, and normally when they die, they shape shift back into the scroll form. So I mean, that
Well,
was red
even
blood.
without the shape shifting, I don't think that you have to. There has to be somebody that you love, and he didn't love himself a scroll,
That's true.
unless it was literally a scroll the entire time. Like she was a
Ugh.
scroll before Iron Man 2. And if that's the case, they can fuck off.
I
I could
mean,
just see them pulling an ass pull, be like, all right, yeah, so you remember Black Widow? She's coming back. She's not really dead. Blah blah blah. Just like, make more
But then
money.
that would destroy, even if they went with that theory, PB, then that destroys every single thing. That destroys your connection to the character because it was like, then we actually didn't know Black Widow. It wasn't Black Widow the whole time. It was a fucking scroll. So we
I
connected
mean,
with it, and it
50-50.
intergalactic feed.
It's it would be, are you connected to this character or are you connected to that character? Because it would, if it was a scroll the whole time, you were connected to the scroll the whole time. So that was who you were cheering for through all of the movies and all of that character's development. That's what they'll sell it to you as, and then I'll sell it to them as, I don't want Scarlett Johansson with green tits.
I didn't mind.
Oh
This is
shit.
not, no, this is not a Mystique situation.
No, but I mean, swinging back to this whole thing, you know, let's spitball here. Who do we think the next one in the 2020 chopping block is going to be of these big corporate entities that YouTube is pushing because they think that's the future? YouTube, take notice. You fucking lost a big chunk with Collider here. The CNN ain't going to get you ratings. They can't even get ratings on their own fucking channel.
I
So,
think Grace Randolph is gonna fall off a rocker.
hey,
What?
hey,
I think she's
you
been
watch it,
teetering.
sir. You
She's been
watch
teetering. She's been
it.
teetering that,
What
she's
do you
been
mean she's
poking.
been teetering? I thought that you were on board with her ever since Twinkie Gate.
Yeah, but we gonna separate that. We gonna separate that. We're gonna act like that never even happened. But and just say for the hell of it, when Wonder Woman comes out, I think that's where you'll see it. When Wonder Woman comes out, you'll just have another outrage by certain people. That's gonna start a whole. Maybe even before that. Maybe Birds of Prey. I think Birds of Prey. You'll start.
You
You'll
know
start.
what?
You'll.
You know what? I am. I'm just gonna say this. It might not be the a popular opinion, but I've been going off on rants all night tonight. I say I'm tired of outrage. Honestly, on both ends of the spectrum. I mean, I'm going to go see Birds of Prey, and if there's bullshit in it, I'll call it as I see it. But this whole we can't do this whole thing of damning something before it even gets released because
Birds
that's
of
a
Prey,
slippery
they
slope
told the
too.
Joker to go fuck himself. Okay,
Well,
Zod.
I mean, let's be honest though, PB. Did we really want to see Jared Leto Joker again? No,
Yes,
no one
Nobody
did.
wants
No
to
one
see
to
that
see
again except for weirdos.
that.
me.
No, no, no one wanted to see an act of that.
He didn't get a fair.
That
He
was
did not. To be fair, everybody can agree he did not get a fair.
What are you
Not even
trying
a
to
fair
say
chance.
that they gave him the JJ cut?
Pretty much.
yeah, there's a whole that's confirmed. There's a whole part of
And
Suicide Squad missing.
that whole marketing for the Suicide Squad was extremely deceptive. Because you cannot tell me that like being an outside, like not knowing like about Chanceress being in the thing, watching that first trailer, you're thinking, oh shit, the Joker's gonna be the main villain. That's the main reason why people want to go see that shit.
Yeah,
And they
that
got duped.
was. I'm not. It looked like that. Trey Courtney. I know that's the popular opinion, but I'm still gonna go see it because I support Obi-Wan. And fuck you. That's how I always look at him.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
And
whoa,
Obi-Wan
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Kenobi.
whoa. You said that all wrong. Trey Courtney says Birds of Prey looks like ass. And you're supposed to respond by saying, I'm still going to go see it because I support ass.
That's why I have you. We support the sexy ass of 2020.
color
We're
Right.
gonna go there and objectify the shit out of that screen.
Tulsi Gabbard, baby. Oh, wait.
No, but I mean, the only thing that grabs me is that, or kind of grinds my gears about this is DC has a weird way of putting out something good and then something like shitty looking immediately afterwards and then something good. Like they need to just consistently put out good looking shit back to back like most companies do. Instead they go, "Oh, we had this $1 billion success. Let's follow it up with a subpar looking film right after." It's like, why just not put
I'd
out
be
Wonder
interested.
Woman and then Birds of Prey?
I'd be interesting to see because I think what's going to end up happening, but you saw last decade is a lot of indies getting pushed, a lot of more indie films and stuff, and I think that's going to be the wave for a while. Like
Because
or
indie
just
films
I
aren't
don't want to
doing
watch
politics.
Indian films.
No, we're not talking about Crack Skull Media. We're
Huh?
hilarious.
no, here in the fandom zone, I won't go to another fucking market to get a bunch of subs. I'm sorry, I had to say that. Um, fucking come at me, anyways. Um,
I will. On the other hand, I will go to the market to get subs. They're delicious.
no, I mean, I've been thinking about doing like, a place for like kung fu movies, a little section where I'll
No,
review some Japanese films and some
okay,
Chinese.
do it.
They got a big population. Yeah, definitely gonna do that. But I mean, the indie films, why people are gravitating towards these indie titles is for one reason, Hollywood, and it's really fucking simple. They're not playing politics. They're telling a story, whether it's good or bad. A lot of them are bad. I can still applaud them for having a fucking story in their movie and not a Trump's bad, women are great.
It's
Oh,
not Trump is bad. It's Orange Man bad.
yes, Orange Man bad. Not none of this bullshit. No one. I do not want to go to a movie just to watch more bullshit that I can turn on the news and see the fucking analysts and their fucking stupid ideas. I don't want to hear what these wacky fucking Hollywood weirdos have to say about this shit. I just want to go watch a movie and escape reality for fucking 2 hours. Is that too much to ask? I just want to watch a channel that reviews a fucking game. Is that too much to ask? I just want to go to a channel
Wait,
and get
did
an
you say you want
actual.
to escape reality for 2 hours? Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
For Dark Phoenix, yes, it was only an hour 45.
Yeah. God, don't take me back there. I feel like I have PTSD seeing that movie. Uh, but anyways, I mean, the point being is this is why these companies are not going to do good. And you know what? I predict in 2020, 2021, you're going to see a lot more of these channels going under, playing the politics. People come to YouTube, people come to channels to actually be able to hear shit that they used to get from the news or they used to get from their favorite talk show when they used to talk about like real life shit, or they used to talk about a movie, or they used to bring the fucking actor on to talk about the movie and not their fucking political stance. That's why people are coming to YouTube. And now these motherfuckers on YouTube are copying what media is failing at. It baffles my fucking mind. You are
Hey,
copying what is destroying media.
before he died, I used to watch Siskel and Ebert all the time because where else was I going to go to get
What
any
about
type
Cisco?
of movie reviews? I mean, what's that like 15 years ago when he died or something?
Yep.
And he got taken over by Roper?
And Roper, it was just like, I don't want to see fucking one thumb up. How is he going to do a thumbs down? Use his other fucking hand? One side of me gives this a positive review. The other side of me
No.
says, fuck this.
Siskel died and was replaced. There was still two people, you putz.
Well, I don't remember the other person because I was out after Cisco. I was just like, nah, this ain't the dynamic duo. I mean,
Yeah, it
you
wasn't the same. I mean, it would be like Two and a Half Men after they air quote killed off Charlie and brought in Ashton Kutcher for the last couple seasons. It definitely was not the same. I kept watching it because I thought it was still funny, but it was not the same fucking show, that is for sure. So it wouldn't surprise me that people would dip out. But yeah, there was a big change 4, 5 years ago that a lot more people were going to YouTube specifically for movie reviews, TV reviews, shit, reviews on just about anything. Fucking A. Food, cooking, anything, instead of looking for it on the mainstream news or in the newspaper or something like that, because typically the person who was doing it on YouTube spent more time with the movie, did a little more research, and is probably more entertaining.
And is a normal fucking everyday person. You could see yourself like, oh, this is just a normal dude
Well,
coming
I
on
wouldn't
camera.
sell yourself as a normal everyday person.
True, true, but I am the well, I'm not even the average Kryptonian. Fair point. Facts. Facts. But I mean,
You look like a fucking person. You look like a Fleck right now.
I just want to watch it all burn. But I mean, you know, and Collider, but like Perp said when they were still AMC Talk, right? They had that magic, and even when they switched the name to Collider, it was a little weird, but they still had the same personalities. And then you think John Campia leaving was some kind of fucking coincidence? He doesn't talk about what happened
He
because there's probably a
he
clause in the contract.
he even mentioned that when he was going through the rants, like when he left, he just saw that they was going in a completely different direction, and that's why he pretty much dipped.
Yeah, and how long do you think? Because remember, he left like a couple of years ago, right? I mean, it's been a couple of
Like
years
three
since
years.
he's been with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he foresaw this direction coming in. You know what? We could say what we want to. The man does show like a boss, but at the end of the day, there was something in it he saw coming before anybody else, and he was like, "Fuck that, man! Even me, this is a total, complete different 180 direction." And little by little by little, and then we get into this era of just ridiculousness, and here we are. This is why these channels are going down in flames. And you know what? This is why CNN and MSNBC and all of them have fucking YouTube pages and all that stuff, because YouTube is pandering and fucking playing into this bullshit. And guess what? If you can't be successful on your own fucking channel, then why the fuck do I want to watch your boring ass commentary on a YouTube station? It's no different. You're just clipping shit that you've already done. I hate your channel. I don't want to fucking watch your YouTube channel. It's the same fucking thing. You're not switching it up. You're not fucking fooling me. It's the same format, just a different platform. And it
Well, that'd be the
astonishes
first
me.
time that someone didn't fool you.
And it
I'll
astonishes
burn.
me. It astonishes me that these people think that dressing themselves up in a different platform and, having a different layout or whatever else changes the content. It doesn't change the content. You might get
You
a few
think
people
these
curious.
people are thinking?
I mean, no,
Serious
maybe they're not.
question.
Maybe they're not. I don't know. There's some kind of thought.
No, like
It's
that would go back to where we started the conversation almost. Like I don't think that they were thinking if they were looking at just their analytics. Like somebody at Collider opened up the analytics app on their fucking phone and was like, "Huh, what can we do better? Oh, well, if we just get rid of this, and this, and do this, and this, it'll be perfect." And it just happened to coincide with all of the old shows leaving and all of the new stuff staying. What a coincidence. Instead of looking at how can we take all of the stuff that we do, like this is what we do. We talk about movies. We talk about TV shows. We talk about pop culture. We don't do little skits and sketches. That's not
Oh
our
my
jam.
god. Oh, Collider? Ah, shit. We're
Yeah,
talking
you're
about
just
this
in
crap.
time, you white circle.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm on my phone right now.
I
Hold
figured.
on. I'll. Yeah, I hope I can change it. Hopefully, I sound okay because the
You sound
audio for
fine.
me is a little okay, sketchy on my end. Everyone else. Uh, let's see. Does that work, guys?
Oh
There
yeah.
we
Yep.
go. Good as new. How are you guys doing?
We're
Just
doing
Pretty
great.
peachy.
good.
We're
Peachy, yeah.
we're just we've had people popping in and out. I've had 10 strong, so thank you everybody for checking this out. I've gone on epic rants tonight about IGN, which had nothing to do with Collider, but fuck them. I hope that building burns to the fucking ground with everyone screaming, crying in flames. Fuck you. Fuck all your hippie bullshit.
You're so
Throw
evil.
them screaming from the top floor.
See,
Well,
that's the excuse. Like if somebody ever tries to come at you and say, "Oh, he likes to threaten people and send death threats to people," it's like, just tell people that you're a villain. Makes sense.
It's like, you know,
Look. If you look, it kind of reminds me of this saying that I just made up a few seconds ago. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But it's one thing to tell someone to go kill themselves. That's really harsh, you know. That's like too much. That's so harsh. It's so blunt, and it's not funny. Now, if you tell someone, please light yourself on fire and go jump screaming from a helicopter, that's funny.
And don't ever
That's
come back.
really that's funny. Please light yourself
Uh-huh.
on fire with a Molotov cocktail, and I really hope that when you are flailing yourself like a little rag doll from the helicopter, your ass gets impaled by the Statue of Liberty. That's cool. That's funny.
oh,
Or by the little pointy thing on the Empire State Building. That'd be great.
Proper, you get a thank you from me and the unicorn. I finally watched Bill Burr and it changed my life. That man is fucking hilarious. He is a
Wait,
national
you
treasure.
finally watched one of his stand-up?
Yeah, I watched the new
His
one.
most recent comedy special.
Oh
Oh, the
god,
paper tiger or something? Yeah.
that shit was hilarious. I haven't laughed that hard since
Since
I
The
watched.
Mandalorian.
Ah!
Oh, fuck right off. You know I shill for that show. That's the only Disney product I'm shilling for right now. Oh, by the way, you should check out me and Unicorns. I don't know if you did our review of High School Musical, the musical,
No,
the TV series.
no.
Oh
I've only
my
watched
god.
5 minutes. 5 minutes of this, and it's like, okay, a guy is talking. He apparently blew off this marginally attractive chick.
Oh
Okay,
god.
Ouch.
and then
That's the whole
some black
show.
girl lectures him about the patriarchy. This
Yeah,
is starting off very very good.
oh
What
god.
a
Oh
show.
god. Oh god. And then the forced representation, okay. Bitchy ironically calls this shit out, but she's looking at me and she goes, are they doing a whole arc on this gay guy and his
I
quest
didn't even
to
get to
get
the
his.
part of the gay guy. I didn't know
Oh
there was a
my,
gay guy in there.
they
Yeah, they're
did.
doing a golden arc.
How
Yeah.
long? How long? I've only been introduced to 4 characters. Well,
Thank you,
5
Perp.
if you include the teacher who ripped her blouse or whatever, which is probably my favorite part of the show because
Oh,
reasons.
Wait, there's a hot
Anyways,
teacher?
of course. I mean, well, I don't know.
Oh,
I
you
don't know
didn't tell
if
me there was
she.
a hot teacher.
Sure. Yeah. Um,
It is
more than
so-
marginally attractive. She's a redhead. It's very
Oh,
nice.
you know, I
But-
like me some ginger teacher.
Oh,
You
but
like
I
yourself some gingivitis. Oh wait, that's
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, sorry, too soon? No.
Now, see,
not
people.
too soon, just too nasty.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
people, just so you know, because I've had my Twitter when I've done these great shillings, it's someone going on Twitter and being like, you're verging on bullying. I'm not bullying. I'm being real here. All of
We
these
bullied
people we
someone?
apparently,
You are capable of doing that? Wow.
apparently, I'm capable of threatening a whole bunch of motherfuckers. I mean, if you
Like
take
who?
bullying out of me setting someone's house on fire while they're still in it,
I mean, I used to like literally
I
like I
would
remember.
consider that, pyromaniac kind of behavior, but I would not. Bullying is kind of tame. Lighting someone's
I
house
remember
on fire.
I remember when I was in high school, right? And there's this new kid here. Nobody liked this new kid. It's like, cool. And I took his milk off of his tray and told him he doesn't eat that. That's not bullying.
yeah, you were. Hey, we're in a new era. You were watching out for him. He could have been lactose intolerant. You
Right.
saved
No,
that kid.
no,
I
see-
was just thirsty.
and and look, and nowadays, if Perp had done that and he was in high school, what are you gonna tell him? What are you gonna say? Like, hey, you can't do that. And he's like, why? Why would I? Why is that okay? Like, you could just say, like,
No,
hey, this
how I
teacher, this
react to that
teacher's being.
now, how I react to that now.
I meant how everyone else would react. They'd
Oh,
be
I'd
like,
just be like, go fuck yourselves. Everyone.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, you could say it's a hate crime if someone says, if someone says otherwise. Like, hey, this teacher is discriminating against me. It's not okay.
No, it wasn't
And then-
a hate crime when he stole my milk because he had his hood up.
Leave the kid alone. All he had was
To be fair, it was
a bag
another.
of Skittles.
To be fair, it was another black man I stole the milk from. So yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
here's
I'm a
the
part of the
important
problem.
question.
I'm the part of
What
the problem.
See-
flavor was the milk?
It was chocolate.
Okay.
Of course, I would have taken chocolate milk. I just got done drinking mine.
Oh, I
There's
thought
no-
it was some whole milk, and you're like, you don't need that, and then he was like a fat white kid or something.
No, I had always got, I always get a chocolate milk, but I was just like, yo, one's not enough, and they don't allow you to go back up and get one. So I saw an opportunity. I was like, all right, this is a kid's do. He's not gonna do shit. I just took the milk and it was just like, you don't need this anymore. Goodbye. Yeah, if you choose to do something about it.
Goodbye.
There was only one time where I let any kid take a drink of mine, and it was he took a Coke from me on the bus, and I said, like,
You drink your
all right.
Coke?
of course, yeah, absolutely. I
Oh.
melt it in a spoon, and okay, no, but seriously, it's a Coca-Cola, and I'm like, all right, because you drank that, you can have that. But if it was a cherry Coke, I would have fucked you up.
Damn right. You don't fuck with my cherry Coke.
Yeah, you stay the fuck away from my cherry Coke or cherry. If it was cherry Dr. Pepper, oh my god, your ass.
I think cherry Pepsi is like underrated. That shit's like extra
It
cherry.
is very underrated. It's the only
very
Pepsi I
underrated.
can tolerate.
I
the
love
only
me some
Pepsi.
wild cherry.
Yep,
Okay.
that or did anybody remember the Crystal Pepsi?
Yeah. I
Oh,
remember
it's been a hot minute.
Pepsi Blue is old as hell.
Somebody drank 20-year-old Crystal Pepsi and threw up on camera. It was
Oh
great.
my
they
God.
should. People do
Yeah.
stupid things for fame.
Imagine if you had like new Coke that you saved for like 20 years.
New
Or
old
what if
Coke?
you ate that big, or if you ate the, like old new Coke.
Old new Coke. Yeah, you're correct.
Or like that 20-year-old quarter pounder with cheese that these kids save for their friend. who never came
Oh
by,
my God.
and they've kept it for 20 years.
I bet
Fries
you
and
it's
a
still in
quarter
good
pounder with
shape.
cheese. It is. What if
Like
you
the
ate it?
preservatives
What
that
if you
they
just
got at
got
McDonald's
hungry?
are top notch.
Oh yeah. Or the last burger to ever be sold in Iceland. Oh my God, that's been there for 10 years in a museum. Who the fuck puts their food in a museum?
That's nasty. That needs to be in the trash.
Ridiculous
Right.
Nordic fucks.
Oh,
Exactly.
so
So, what were we originally talking about?
so
High School
swinging.
Musical.
No, the original subject. I don't know. We got so far off the topic. The original
Okay,
Collider.
subject.
tell me about the gay guys. When do they
Oh,
get introduced? Like, is it is it after the black chick says patriarchy and blah blah blah?
yeah, yeah. You'll know, cause they don't even do like the subtle
You'll
gay
know when the gay
undertones.
guys are introduced.
Yeah,
Oh
he
You'll
my!
comes
be
in. He's
able to
like,
tell.
"Hey guys, we're
They're
gonna dance." I'm
skiing.
PB,
like, "Whoa."
PB, honey, I've met these gay guys. Nothing can
Oh,
surprise
oh no,
me.
no, no, no. Fuck, let's talk. Swing it back around to Collider. Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, homophobic
I was
much?
already talked about the people that are skiing at Collider under the table.
All right. Well, that went in a direction that none of us would have anticipated. Anyways.
It was a misfire.
Oh, or maybe a straight shot, huh? No.
Oh, definitely no straight shots at Collider.
I was
Yeah,
hoping you'd catch on that.
someone's gonna come in here and they're gonna be a fan of Collider and be like, they're trying to say that being gay at Collider is wrong. These pricks, they're all neo-Nazis. Look at that white
What?
guy with the rainbows.
Being gay at Collider is a requirement.
Oh my God, Tommy, thank you. He says Justin has his gaydar in full working order. Maybe it's always on. Maybe it's always turned on. Who knows?
oh,
Who
oh,
knows?
I
oh,
really hope
geez.
you're not always turned on.
No, that would actually that would be so terrible if it was always
It would be. You're supposed to
there.
call the doctor after 4 hours.
Well,
Oh god.
unless you have a release, then it's fine. It should be at
Uh,
least.
Yeah,
If
it's
not,
supposed to be, but that's the problem. Like, if you get released and then you're still going after 4 hours, you're like, well, I guess I got a problem here. Need to call
right?
another hooker.
I and I always think about that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where he calls the people and he did not take Viagra at all. He's just like,
Did you take the
"Is
product?
it-
No.
no." Why can't he just whack it? Like, what did? What the
I was
just
like,
get
okay,
it. And he
what's the
wakes up
problem
with
here?
this. He wakes up with this TV remote boner. What the It's ridiculous. Every morning he wakes up like that. It's better movies. Remember
but
when
speak,
Elizabeth Banks was easy on the eyes? She still is, but she was funny and she was great in that movie. And now she's bitching at men for not going to see her movie. What the fuck?
but
I don't get it.
this is the topic. This is Collider. This is
Sorry.
the topic we're talking about. But
Right.
no,
Which is what?
you bring up a fair point. The bullshit has trickled down from Hollywood, and even YouTube channels feel the need that they want to get on the pandering train along with Elizabeth Banks, right? That's what Collider's been doing. They've been,
Pandering to what?
to whatever they're shilling that week, calling people toxic and all of this other bullshit, or highlighting in
You know,
movies how great the
you
females are. This,
you know what I think? I think it has a lot to do with the pandering to the LGBTQAAIP or whatever the fuck acronym they choose to throw in next week. Look, as a technically a member of it, I'm allowed to speak on this, I guess, according to their rules.
The
You have to
rules
be
are
a
fucking
member.
dumb, so go ahead.
Yes, they are very dumb. But if you notice, all this pandering has to do with the gays. Always has to do with them. Like, it upsets the LGBTQ community. The LGBT community was outraged on Twitter again. This happens every single day. They don't even care what race you are. They say like, oh, if you make a homophobic slur, 10 years ago on Twitter, 50 years ago, it doesn't matter. We will cancel you. They tried to cancel John Wayne. He's been dead for like 30 years or whatever.
He's already been
Well,
canceled.
yeah, they don't want you seeing any of his work ever.
No,
Which means if
and
you're under the age of 18, you should never listen to Michael Jackson.
oh, don't even get me started there.
Well, those are the standards that they would want you to live by. If
Well,
that's how they're
actually
setting
a
it up.
separate. Well, that is a separate issue. I still think
It is
Michael
a
Jackson,
separate issue.
You know, yeah. I mean, entirely. But I'm talking about like these people, who are being pandered to all the time, because of Twitter. They even got a black man fired from the Oscars. How racist is that?
Yeah, that's pretty ironic too, because no one called racism on that.
He's not gay.
A good friend of mine, who's gay, and he's also African American. Or I prefer to just say black, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Well, he was on Grindr in college, and so the most racist people he's ever like seen in his life were people on Grindr that he would meet, I guess, or try to meet in college, and they would say like, "Oh, I'm sorry, whites only." Like, what the? Who the fuck says that in a private message? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that? There's some of the most bigoted people he's ever met, and they get a pass because they suck dick. They suck dick, and that's not like because you suck dick. That means you're allowed to be a racist, apparently. All you have to do is shove a cock in your mouth and boom, you can say anything you want. Anything you want. And it's totally fine, and it's treated like gospel.
It's crazy that my views have started going up when we're talking about this.
Did they really? Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Well, of course they did.
Yeah, we're bringing up very valid points. A lot that are very, this is social commentary that needs to be talked about because it's never discussed, ever.
I know, it sounds very gay.
Yes, extraordinarily gay. We're having such a gay time, a gay conversation. How do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel about this?
I feel like we're still
no comment.
hell of a. I feel like I feel like we're 20 times more entertaining than fucking Collider.
Oh yeah, indeed. And speaking of Collider, who does not have enough gay representation, I don't see a single person. I
could have sworn Aroka was gay. I don't know. Just maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and I know that they have a black fellow there. I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure.
If it's Andre the Black Nerd, he's not a part of Collider. He doesn't count. He's his own person. I actually did think he was a part of Collider for the longest time because I'm an idiot. But
a black guy is his own person. Good for him.
Holy fuck! My channel is gonna be pulled down for 2020.
That's not what I meant. No. He literally calls himself, "Hi, I'm Andre. I'm a black nerd." I'm like, and he says that all the
I'm
time.
just gonna steal it from Dave Chappelle. Every
he is
time I start
he's
a show, I go,
his personality. He definitely is not like that off camera. Off camera, he's like, "Yo, what's up, mama? Yeah,
Oh, you think so?
give me a drink. She got my 40." I definitely don't.
Where's that hoe I was talking to backstage? I gotta slap the bitch really quick.
It's like
What?
Andre the Black Nerd and what's his Lamar Wilson, whatever. I don't for a fact
LeVar
they do not.
Burton?
No, Lamar Wilson. He's another
Oh, okay.
black YouTuber and shit, but he puts on a white voice. He definitely is not
He-
like that off camera.
Puts on a white voice.
How does he talk then? Then just like, hello, my
He
name
sounds
is
a
Lamar
lot like
Wilson.
he sounds a lot like Andre. Like that looks like his dad. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's probably his dad. You know, like
You ain't never heard
See-
Dave Chappelle do his white voice?
Yep, that's the standard of
shizzle.
white voice.
my favorite is Eddie Murphy's white voice.
Yeah, he's got a good one.
Hey,
Yep.
welcome, wished upon, because I'm not saying the rest of that because it's too fucking long. I'm just gonna say wished upon.
I don't know who you're
Wi-
talking
wi-
about.
wi-
What's his name?
Wished upon an ABC. Wished upon an ass. Wished upon a bitch. Wished upon a cuck. Wished upon an ABC.
Welcome. It's good to...
Oh, Tommy says the LGBTQ IPA. Oh yeah, he knows. He knows that I drink IPAs.
But I mean, and here's
Sounds
the thing.
like it's for cocksuckers.
So
IPA?
coming-
No, that's for non-pussies.
So
Well,
coming back.
so cocksuckers, I guess.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna end this here. Only real people drink Jack Daniels. Secondly,
No, Jack Daniels is shit. It tastes like wooden barrels that came straight from a tree.
That's how
It's
it's supposed to
disgusting.
taste. I don't want.
You may as well take a
get fucked
shot.
up.
You may as well take a shot from a shoe at that point because it's so disgusting.
Hey,
There's
after the
no
first
alcohol out there that's not flavored that tastes good.
Yeah, all the best alcohols taste like shit, and they get you fucked up.
Everclear, that tastes.
Does not
Everclear just
taste
fucking
good.
kills people. Everclear tastes like if I drink gasoline. That's what I imagine.
And who the fuck knows what Everclear tastes like anyways? That's the kind of shit you only drink after you're already fucked up.
I took
Not
a shot
this
of
guy.
before. That shit was
Not
bad.
this guy.
Everclear,
Yes, they do, Tommy. Yes, they do.
Never, ever take a shot of, Everclear that's warm. Don't ever do that. Bad idea.
Who the fuck would do that? That's terrible. Did you do that? What happened? What happened? Did you throw up in a shoebox?
Nah, it's just my whole like everything was on fire. I was like, yo, this shit is don't ever do that. That shit is strong. That shit is no.
Wait, which stuff?
Everclear. I felt like I went blind in one eye, like temporarily.
You did. It wasn't just a feeling; it was a fact.
Don't drink alcohol, kids. Just smoke weed. You'll be fine.
You cannot overdose on marijuana. It is physically impossible.
If you do, let me know what you're smoking. Let me know.
Well, one time I had a handful of goldfish edibles. Oh my goodness, I felt like I was tripping on acid. They put like so much concentrated in like one little goldfish,
and then
you're
what?
fucked
Did you
up.
pass out?
No, I was just like, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna die. All I could say
Right,
was
and then you were
hospital,
fine.
help. Well, I was fine after like several hours, but but Jesus Christ, like you do that in gummy bears, like this. It's sometimes that you take like a handful and it'll nothing.
One
Absolutely
gummy bear is
nothing.
equal to 2 blunts.
Right, but the rest, they say it's like, a certain amount of like milligrams of THC or whatever. No, it's all in that one fucking gummy bear. All in the one lucky. If you get the lucky one, like it's
I'm hoping
ridiculous.
Jersey makes the
Yeah.
right decision. That they're supposed to be voting on it later on this year. Hopefully, they make the right fucking decision and just legalize that shit. Cause I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of those privileges. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna literally pull up on the cops and be like, "Yeah, I'm smoking a big, fat blunt. What you gonna do about it? Nothing, cause you can't."
Then they're gonna turn to you and they're gonna flash their DEA badge, and he's gonna go, "Oh fuck."
And then he's
Here's
gonna
my
be singing it.
prescription.
He's gonna be like, "It's a big rich town. I'm just trying to go."
I'm trying to go home.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine someone with the balls, when it wasn't legalized, technically, just saying like, "Hi, doctor. Like, may I please have a medical marijuana prescription? Why is that? For funsies." Just like, can you imagine the balls on that guy? Like saying that? I don't even know how that would work. It's
Okay,
amazing.
so
So Collider.
Yeah.
Gosh, if
No,
they
we
did
should talk
more
about High School
marijuana,
Musical some more, and some
no.
gay people. We should talk about that more.
Collider's fucking gay.
But no,
No,
so
they're not. No, they're not gay enough. That's what we are complaining
Oh,
about.
that was the problem.
so
The
just
problem is that there's too many straight dudes there. We got to get them out. They're cock
What if they
teasers.
had a disco ball just come down in the middle of the shit? Like, would that just
If
be
I if I if I saw that happen and John Campia did a strip tease and dressed in a gold bikini, I would be
oh
okay
dear
with
God, oh dear God,
unsubbed?
oh.
I mean, would you stop watching?
Yes.
Well, that's your problem. That's your loss.
Now, if it was if the bitches on the show started doing shit to you, I'm like, hey, super chats. You want a super chat? You get a super chat. You get a super.
Now, what if everyone did it?
I'll be like, no, not everybody needs strip.
No, no. What if no? What if it was? It's like no, no. Your choice is nobody does it or everybody does it. Which do you choose? You get to see everything.
No, I don't need to see everything. I'm good. Never mind.
Yeah,
You
I
wouldn't
take it
even
back.
be slightly curious at all.
Nope.
To
No,
see if
by
it got.
curiosity.
No one wants to see a strip tease by Woka. No one wants that shit. His wife don't even want him to do that shit. Although
Well,
it might
that's
be
just
more
your problem.
I wouldn't.
that
I
might
wouldn't
be
wish that
more
on my worst
entertainment.
enemy.
That
I
would be
wouldn't
more
either.
entertainment than their reviews.
Yeah, which they're not going to have anymore, I guess.
Yeah,
Because-
that's what we've been
Fuck.
that's what we've been talking about is this whole thing. And we were talking about instead of them going, why don't we fix the programming we have? They were like, let's just burn this motherfucker to the ground and start anew.
Look, I like I like the idea of continuing the deep fakes. Those are fun. And those are enjoyable. But the movie talks. Those that's what Collider was built
That's a
on.
staple. That's a
That's
staple.
that's what John Campia was crying about on Twitter. And then he would have done this all for nothing, all for nothing. Like it just and to be honest, like it's kind of sad to see, you know, to see this company become, I guess, what it is, to begin with. But you've caused all these people to leave, all these superiorly talented people, as opposed to whoever the fuck is there now, which no one cares about. If I'm honest, I actually,
That, that,
you know what? Screen
that's why I said,
junkies are better than them. Screen junkies, that's where you should go to talk about, all the shill people or whatever. If you're gonna go talk about movie talks or whatever, go to them now. because Collider isn't going to do it. Go to them. They have better content. They have honest trailers. They have great shit
Or
there.
They
or
got
you
cheap
could
8
go to
balls.
you could go to one of these 4 channels that you see before us and get all that you need.
Yep. One of
Yes.
us will do just fine.
Pretty
Or
much.
just tune in here every night around, I don't know, like 4 o'clock in the morning whenever Zod decides to stream.
I mean,
Yep.
actually, between the 4 of us, we would probably cover more than what Collider covers.
Mm-hmm. But we
Yeah, I mean,
wouldn't do it faster though. We would do it
I
at our own
mean,
pace in the middle of
I
the
don't
night.
know. Perp covers stuff pretty fast when it comes to doing reviews of shows.
Yeah, if it's out, I'm gonna talk about it.
PB, I was saying the joke that you missed was that you're so slow that I have to watch your videos in 1.5 speed to make it seem like there's a real person talking. I'm just, I love you though, but you're getting on my nerves.
Oh man, that's fucking funny.
If you're just politely
Oh.
laughing, that's okay. That's
Why would I be politely laughing?
This
I don't
isn't
know.
this isn't
No, I
fucking
was just
Collider here. We're not patting each other on the back. This is why we have people fucking watching us right now. Only can you go to the fandom zone and have different personalities saying random ass shit way off of the topic and still have fun with it. And that's the point. See, this is why Collider, and I hope the rest of these establishment motherfuckers burn to the ground, is because of the fact that they are fucking boring. They can't figure out why are we losing subscribers, blah blah blah. It's because you're fucking boring, because you want to model everything so that everyone pats each other and says, you brought up a great talking point, you brought up a great talking point, you're amazing, you're all breathtaking. Fuck that bullshit. Okay, people don't like that. They rather come and see us crazy people up at fucking 2 a.m, or probably later for you guys on a different time zone. They want to hear what we have to say because it's engaging and it's funny, and we actually give a shit about bringing good quality, and we have no production value here in the fandom zone. And it's fucking sad because you motherfuckers, if I had half the money you have, I'd be having a big fucking studio too, and we all be talking in person right now. But no, instead I'm in my fucking car
Shit, if I
broadcasting.
So it was you making the car noises over and over again.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking A.
oh my god! Imagine if we were all crammed in that car and somebody farted. Oh god! Just like Kirby
That'd be
like,
me.
like no, and just exit the vehicle
It'd be
while
like,
we're driving
that's
on the
the end of the
highway.
stream.
No.
there will definitely be weed being passed around.
Oh, that would be
Oh,
that would
man.
make for a much greater experience.
Hot box for like 4 hours. My
And no
God.
one, then, well, fuck that. We wouldn't remember our talking points.
You don't need to remember the talking points.
No, like Lee, Zod, whoever you are, you have 3 trained professional weed addicts here that'll help and guide you through your journey. In fact, if you get so high that you start to hallucinate,
Wait. I am not an addict. I am a what do they call it now? A cannabis
Aficionado?
I'm an enthusiast.
weed whizzes,
Enthusiast, yes.
the weed whizzes. That's.
I'm a weed
Anyways,
wizard.
we have 3 professionals here that can help you through your journey, and Perp can be your Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right. I'm trying to start my own rehab clinic where we just give recovering addicts pot. It helps.
You're like, this will fix your problem. But I
Right.
was on drugs, which is why I'm giving you this to fix your problem.
Right.
Like you were on a drug. This is just a plant.
It reminds me of like that old joke that like AA meetings are just where a bunch of alcoholics get together to have drinks or something.
I mean,
The gay conversion meetings. They
we're
just
just
go
doing
there
it
to
the
meet other
safe
gay
way.
people. What?
We're just doing it the safe way. You don't want to be drinking and putting out your thoughts on the internet. You want to be smoking and putting your thoughts on the internet.
Well,
Absolutely.
this is so random because I'm like searching things to look for to watch, and I look at I look at
Oh.
this show, right? It says my feet are killing me, and it's pretty much about a foot doctor.
So,
Okay.
and starring
weird.
That's a
Quentin
fetish.
Tarantino.
That would
Yeah.
be Quentin Tarantino's 11th film.
Hmm. What was his 10th film?
I don't remember what the hell the 10th one was. Whatever
Yeah,
the
make it
newest
10.
one was, because Zod doesn't
that
want
was
to.
9. That was
That's
9.
Oh, that's number 10 because people don't want to talk about whatever the first one is.
Kill Bill.
Sure.
That's
Kill Bill is
technically
not the
one
first
movie. The first are Reservoir Dogs. Why doesn't
Yeah.
anyone want to talk
We
about
had
it?
this argument on a previous episode of Late Night Talks.
I don't believe you. Like, is it the ear guy? Like, is that what when it happened?
I
They're
don't
listening to
remember
like
what the freaking name of the movie is. I just remember.
Reservoir Dogs. That's the name of his first movie, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, would that be credited in his? I'm doing the air quotes now. 9 films. Because
Yes.
it's a movie that he's not being credited for properly.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Do you remember what I'm talking about, Zod?
Yes, when we were talking about the filmography, and you're under the illusion that there's been 10 films,
Yeah.
but it's only 9.
Kill Bill doesn't count as 2. It counts as 1 to him. So take that
Yeah.
for what
Oh.
you may.
So that's
2
why there's
separate
9.
films doesn't count as 2 separate films. My mistake.
No, because it's volume 1, volume
is-
2, but it's all one movie.
I go
These
by
are-
theatrical release.
Stay
I
tuned
go
in
by what
60
it says
years when
in
we
the
go
box
live.
office.
We're gonna go live. We're gonna go live in 60 years in the hospice center, and we're gonna have the same damn arguments.
It'll be like
old ass
it's
PB. It's still still sounding grumpy as fuck.
yep. Oh, they're like, it's movie 40. Be like, it's only 39. Be like, bullshit.
What the
And
fuck,
of
dog?
course,
You're like your dog is
PB
still alive. Like,
We'll
of
still
course,
have a channel unlike Collider.
Purple still look the same. He's black.
yes, black don't crack, and that's a fact, Zach.
Now give me some of that smack.
And on that, this seems like a good place to end this. So let's start going down the line. And we'll get these fine panelists. And
five panelists.
Thank you.
So let's start with the purplest man on the panel, Mr. Perp Minded. What do you got coming out? What's new? Tell all these fine folks what they have to look forward to.
Welcome. Hello, all. Yes, this is Yerp. Yerp. See, imagine if I didn't say Yerp, I'd be like, "Hello, guys."
Welcome. Hello, everybody.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
But anyways, Yerp, this perp, and it's been dope hanging out with the crew and everybody in the chat, and the people that didn't show up. Fuck y'all. Y'all ain't cool enough, anyways. But just kidding. But nah, you're still not cool. Anyways, I got some videos coming this week. Don't know when I'm gonna drop them. I'm gonna drop them when I goddamn feel like it. So yeah, be looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to doing another live stream with Mr. General Zod this
Boy.
Sunday. Till next time, yeah. Easy.
Yep.
And
Our power
wait.
review.
Hold on. Can we just get a moment of silence for Collider?
Okay, that's enough.
Rest in peace,
You gotta play
Collider.
the Star Wars music.
Rest in peace, Collider.
Do,
Rest in peace.
do, do,
Now,
do, 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 do,
it's been fun.
do.
On to the next person.
And of course, the man himself, Justin Proper. And by the way, he needs a new laptop, so go over to his channel and donate money. He's not stuck on the side of the road with card problems. It's computer
He will
problems.
show you his boobs.
Go
Give
to
him
his
money.
channel.
will.
Give him money. Do it now.
Give
Yes,
him
please
money.
do that.
He will take off his shirt for you. For every dollar donated, you get to see a strip tease from Justin Proper. He doesn't want to see that. Come on.
I guess I'm
donate
gonna
Fuck.
seriously. Well, I owe Jeremy Griggs 250 strip teases.
See
Like,
this?
what the fuck?
So when are you putting out the strip tease stream?
Holy
I
shit!
didn't know
So
that
I
was
could
gonna be a
avoid it.
thing.
This isn't like a General Zod stream where he's just like, "Yeah, I'll take my shirt off."
Why not? I got these washboard damn baby. They ain't gonna stay that way forever.
You're in Wisconsin. Nobody cares that you got washboard abs. It's 10 degrees out. You're wearing 8 layers of clothing.
And a shaw.
Hey guys, how do you know that I'm wearing a shirt right now?
I don't.
TMI.
That's the point.
Let's keep it that way. Keep your clothes to yourself. You know, it's the equivalent of saying, under all these clothes, I am completely naked.
But I'm not. I'm covered in hair.
So it's
Like, I
like
took
Howard
my
Stern's
shirt off,
private parts,
and my
but it's
wife
just
asked me,
Howard
she's
Stern.
like, "Hey, that sweater looks a little dirty. Do you need me to wash it for you?" And I was like, "I just took my t-shirt off."
What the fuck are you, like Robin Williams with like your hairy ass back, like, or something? Like what the
I mean,
what the
I'd give him a run for his money.
Mhm. Is it all
Bigfoot does
orange?
exist.
Is
Bigfoot
it
does exist.
all of it is orange? So it's just like, oh,
And,
what a lovely orange sweater you have. Looks like the shape
and,
of a smile.
If
and
only.
this week in bullshit, they'll be talking about this chest/back hair. Go ahead, Justin, promote your shit.
Oh God, it's only been about like 5 minutes. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully I'll have a show by Thursday. I'm gonna be getting a new laptop, and thank you to all you lovely people thus far. I've raised about $500 to get a new one and get it repaired. Whatever it takes to get back on the YouTube streets and get the show running. As of now, I have a lot of things to work on, and a lot of projects that are luckily, hopefully, will be salvaged from the destroyed laptop, essentially. But I have the grandparents react to Cecil Part 2. I have grandparents react to your comments from the first video. Yes, including yours, PB.
Oh,
So
I gotta
anybody,
see this.
so pretty much
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
yeah, including some negative ones. So,
Excellent.
and my grandpa immediately is just like, I don't like that person. Guys,
Maybe you're not getting any Christmas cards.
Oh,
guys, when you have like in the comment section, you have like, if you don't have an avatar, you just have a letter.
right.
My grandpa saw a negative comment from someone, and he's just like, I don't like this person. S. I don't like S. S sucks.
I don't like else.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
The elderly.
Okay, boomer.
No, he is not a baby boomer. He is older than them. He's more mature
Okay,
than
super
them.
boomer.
Thank you.
Super boomer.
That's more respectful. more
Okay.
respectful. Yeah. Anyways, a lot to look forward to as soon as I get this damn thing repaired.
I guess
In the
that's
meantime,
exciting.
go donate to the GoFundMe, which will be on my Twitter page.
Do it.
Excellent.
Also, the man, the co-host, the person keeping me in line and surpassing me in subs.
Wait,
Mr.
what about the
PB,
fifth person? You forgot the fifth person.
Oh, the oppressed Australian. Yes, Stevie J, if you're still alive out there, we're praying for your safe return. We got the ransom note from the dingoes, but America doesn't negotiate with
I thought
terrorists.
the ransom note came from the fire.
Oh God, the
No, the
fire.
note was burned in the fire. They ripped it. Unfortunately, so we found your ransom note, but we can't read what it says because it's covered in ash.
We assumed it said
True.
send you Oreos, so we will be doing that and donating just regular Oreos to you, Stevie. 'cause we
Only
miss you.
original.
And we're gonna
Don't-
take we're gonna personally lick all of the icing off of all of them. So you
My
just have the
God.
cookies.
And then we're gonna leave a
Oh.
note that said that Terrence did it.
It was the Terrence bot.
That's like the second worst thing you could possibly do. Like aside from
What's the worst thing you could do? Lick all the cookie off and leave only the frosting?
no, the worst that you could do is force a prisoner to brush their teeth and then have them drink orange juice. That is the most torturous thing.
Ah,
that is
You
that
can-
you're
is pretty
wrong.
bad.
That doesn't hurt my
I-
soul.
It will after the 800th time.
No, then
Hurt
you
your
just become
soul.
used to it. Like,
No, you
imagine
never
how
become used to it.
excited a person is when they get to brush their teeth. You're like, oh, I got to, being that you're a convict, right? You're like, oh, I didn't get to brush my teeth for the last week. I finally got to brush my teeth, but then I got to follow it up with orange juice. You know what? I can deal with that. Conversely, you get a brand new package of what you think are entirely intact Oreos, and you open them fuckers up and you're like, wait a second, something's wrong here. How come all of the whiteness has been taken out of my Oreos? I don't want only black Oreos. What's up with that? I need diverse Oreos.
That sounds
This is wrong.
They're definitely getting diverse with these Oreos out here. They're fucking
Very
some of them
diverse.
they're like
Some of them
orange,
are
they're
fucking
yellow. It's like what the
All
like,
right,
it's
all
like
right.
vanilla. It's so weird.
PB, wrap it up.
Yeah. I'm working on my Rise of Skywalker review.
Still,
I'm in the process of editing part of it. I still have to record part of it because there's a big blooper in the middle that got cut out, which will be in a separate video that everybody will laugh at later.
Oh, the
But
blooper one?
oh yeah, there's gonna be a big blooper cut pretty soon because I got, I think, 5 or 6 of them between a couple of different videos that can be mashed together. They're not very long. I don't like taking, oh, well, here's 15 seconds, boom, there's a video. No, that's not going to work. You got to have a few of those put together, and then people can enjoy all of the fuck-ups all at once. But yeah,
If I wanted to enjoy all
hopefully.
the fuck ups, I would just watch your regular videos.
Where
No,
are the
I'm
fuck-ups in the
kidding, I'm
regular
kidding.
videos?
No,
Hurtful.
I'm kidding. No. No.
He thought he was talking about my reading.
So yeah, hopefully that'll be out
Oh,
this
if we're
week, and then
talking
I'm
about-
working on a couple of High Council highlights that should also be out this week. Other than that, who knows what'll be out? Maybe something that'll make you laugh your ass off.
I always laugh at your videos, PB.
Good.
I'm not gonna
So-
follow that up with a joke because I already made fun of you enough. Rightfully so. No, I'm kidding. No, dude, your videos are awesome, and I think you're one of the most underrated YouTubers that are out there.
Wow.
that's facts.
Wow. High endorsement. And speaking of which,
Now
have
to
been
one of the
here.
most appropriately rated YouTubers out there, General Zod.
Hello. You have been here at the Phantom Zone. Thank you very much. I got some big things coming. We're going to do our power talk on Sundays with Mr. Perp Minded. We are breaking
Power.
down.
Power.
We are breaking down each episode. We may have a special guest, so stick in those roundtables. It's gonna be awesome. We're getting different people for these discussions,
Get
and
diverse.
we're getting. I didn't want to use the D word. I'm too white to use that. So
What? Dick, douchebag, like
no,
dong
those are
lover, like what
appropriate. Anyways,
Dingleberry?
Diversity.
What the fuck are you talking about?
also too,
Never mind.
I've been talking to Josiah Rises after our interview, so we might be doing something for the Middle Earth series that is coming to Amazon. So we might do a little Lord of the Rings.
That sounds
Just
pretty prime.
That reminds me. I'm going to be in the presence of Jeff Hicks when he watches the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings for the first time. He has never seen Lord of the Rings.
ooh, that's gonna be
Interesting.
epic.
He's never seen it. So this is going to be quite the event.
And also here on the Phantom Zone, I'm going to be having some interviews coming along. I got some other people from actual different channels, and I got someone who was actually in Star Wars as one of the stormtroopers. They have photos with the cast and everything, so they're gonna come here. I'm gonna interview them on that, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I
Wait,
got more reviews.
from the original movies?
Yep.
Really?
You
Yeah.
must be old as hell.
From A New Hope or Empire? Or which one?
Yep. From
Just
they were in
yes.
Empire.
Okay.
Yep. All of it. No, they were in Empire, I believe.
Dude, that guy must be like, holy shit, every time like he goes like he watches the movie, just like that one's me. I know it.
That's me, guys. Right, all the way in the back.
It's like I remember that one because it has the
I was
blood
gonna
streak.
say,
Oh wait.
if it was one from A New Hope, there's only one stormtrooper anybody wants to talk to from A New Hope.
Actually
We're
there's
gonna get
well,
fucking blasted. That's just hilarious.
The guy who hit his head.
yes. Who's the one who hit their head? Like no one. These are the unsung heroes of Star Wars, and no one really likes to talk about them. Yeah.
That's right.
And also too, we have a new segment here in the Fandom Zone. Me and the Unicorn have been talking, and we have another
The High School
episode of.
Musical.
Yep, we have Just Bitchin'. Go check that out, where we bitch about High School, the musical, the TV series. Shit you not, that's the whole title. And we're going to be putting out some more content about really shitty shows. We'll live stream, and we'll come on camera and we'll talk about a terrible show. We're also going to put a poll on Twitter for you guys to vote on what terrible movie for us to watch that we
You're
can bitch
doing
about.
a review about a TV show about enemas.
God, it
That's
felt like that
essentially
by the
what
end of
High
this.
School Musical is. That's
It was
I mean,
was tough.
it's honest torture, and I haven't even gotten to the gay part yet.
Oh God.
And unlike Entertainment Tonight, I watched the whole fucking show. I suffered through the whole thing. Longest 28 minutes of my life per episode. Some of them were 30. Oh,
Some of them were longer than the Mandalorian. Jesus.
oh God. It was
Wow.
High School Musical. I was like, how the fuck is this longer? Why? It's not even the end credits. The solid 30 minutes was the fucking show. It was just terrible. Oh God. So it's like 35, 38 minutes, the 3 minutes or whatever is the end credits and the beginning credits,
I
and then the
couldn't even.
rest is all fucking show. All
So-
show.
Why?
Damn it.
How can we have like 30 minutes of like actual show for a movie we don't care about, but for a show that we do care about, there are 7 minutes. 7 minutes minimum of credits and a recap in case you were too stupid to remember last week. What the fuck?
Oh,
What the
that's
fuck,
Todd.
Mandalorian? 21 minutes of an episode of like episode 2 or whatever the fuck it was. The child. The child. That's what it was called. And then we have 30 minutes of High School Musical uninterrupted. What the fuck? Priorities. And we still don't have a single damn Marvel show. Where are those fuckers? I want to see Falcon and the
They
Winter
still make
Soldier
money off of
ASAP.
those movies. They didn't have to worry about the shows.
Yeah, you'll see
No,
the
but if
show
you're gonna
in the fall time.
No, I want Falcon and Winter Soldier now. Now.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
So anyways, wrapping
Bye,
this shit up.
Zod.
I just want to say thank you, everybody, for coming to the Fandom Zone. And remember, you have been with the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media shill money taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the
Yeah,
most
legend.
electrifying YouTuber and YouTube entertainment today, General
General
Zod,
Zod.
and
Oh, boy.
Neil before Zod.
No.